Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Trash Taste Podcast. I am your host for today, once again, Gant.
And you're always the host when there's a guest.
Joining me today is, of course, the boys, Sea-Dog and the Anime Man.
You've never called us that.
The hentai boy now.
God, how nervous are you? Why are you so nervous, God? He's trying not to.
Are you
simp
nervous
IRL.
perhaps because of the person who is sitting next to you right now?
So we have, first here on Trash Taste, we have a 2D guest with us today.
Looking wonderful in your attire. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself to the world?
Sure, okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Calliope Mori, and I'm from the first generation of HololiveEN English. Nice to meet you all, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Yay!
See, I wanted you to introduce yourself because we've been pronouncing your name wrong this entire time.
As most people do.
Yeah.
As most people do.
Okay, to be fair though, in my defense, it is rather confusing because like the English name, right, is Calliope.
Right.
Right? But when you type it in katakana, like in Japanese, it's Calliope.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm just like, which one is it?
Well, actually, the truth is, I actually never thought about that.
Yeah, right?
I never thought about that.
So
Actually,
I'm
there
like,
are many things I
it's
didn't
like,
know
which
about.
one's the law? Which one's the real law? But
Right.
but now we know it's both.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
So, like, where did that name come from?
Well, actually, it has various meanings, believe it or not.
Okay.
So Calliope is actually the Greek muse of poetry, epic poetry. Right?
Oh, really?
Right.
And as you know, I do dabble just a bit in the sick, nasty rhyme creation of flames, etc.
Is that how you refer to it as?
Listen,
The fire spit bars.
I'm just trying to get used to the way that people say things in such strange ways these days, and I'm not used to it yet. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, because like this is not only a first for Trash Taste having a 2D guest, but
Yeah.
I think we are kind of making YouTube history in a sense because I do believe.
This is the first time 2D and 3D have joined together. I
Right.
feel. Connor's fucking dying right now.
It's so funny because the way that we're filming this, Gaunt literally cannot move or else he'll fuck up everything. And Gaunt looks so fucking nervous. He's like, yes, and today we have the guest.
Are you sure it's not because I'm deaf?
That's it. But also the fact that
I don't know
I
anything.
do believe that we are probably one of the first non-Hololive YouTube channels to
Yeah.
feature like
Hololive member.
do a collab, like
Yeah.
an official collab with a Hololive member.
Well, I think this. I'm not sure about the Japanese side, but this is definitely like the English side of things.
Oh, yeah,
I think this
absolutely.
is the first collab where I've seen Hololive do other things with people outside of Hololive.
Because I mean, how long has HololiveEN been around right now?
Wow, it feels like it's been 3 years, but it's been about a month.
Yeah, in YouTube
Believe it or
years,
not.
in YouTube years, it's 3 years, right? Because
Yeah.
like 3 months on YouTube feels like 3 years.
Gosh, that sure is how it feels, I tell you what.
it has just been a month, hasn't it? Like just over a month. And
Yeah.
man, oh my god, it feels like it was like the beginning of 2020 that Hololive English launched.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's why it's just shocking to me how fast and how powerful just the Hololive English side of things has grown. Because I mean, like, you don't even have to be a Hololive like simp or anything, or like even follow VTubers.
Yeah.
And you'll see people like retweeting memes and shit of VTubers and like
Yeah.
Hololive members. So
I
it
do
just
see a lot. And
Yeah,
I
right?
don't care.
yeah, like yeah, exactly.
It's lovely to meet you, by the way.
Lovely to meet you too. It's fine. I get it all the time.
I think it's really cool. I've seen you get smashed on stream. That was
Yeah.
really entertaining.
Now wait a minute. Everyone says that, but listen, here's the thing.
Okay.
You guys
Put me in
haven't
my
seen
place.
anything yet. Everyone likes to say things like, look at Calliope, so funny, she's drunk, ha 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 ha, like it's a big funny joke. But if you want to see me drunk,
I
Just
mean,
wait a bit.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
You'll
I've
see.
seen the stream where you smash down the Spiritus.
okay, well the Spiritus was a different situation. Listen,
So I'm totally unfamiliar with everything.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You gotta explain like I'm 5, kind of.
Yeah, so
guy.
can you guys
YouTubers.
explain, and especially you being the professional Death God Hololive
Sure.
VTuber, can you please? Why are you
anytime.
It's totally real. Death Gods are real.
Yeah.
Please fully explain everything to me because I'm a total noob and I don't know anything. But I literally don't. I've watched one of your streams where you played Doom Eternal. I
yes.
thought you were a bit bad at it.
And I'm
not
sure
gonna
as well,
lie.
there's
I
a-
don't
Yeah,
know.
no, it's fine.
For a
I
Death
acknowledge
God,
that
I'm
I'm
just
You got a pro gamer here, just
Just
quietly
saying.
judging you.
Now, listen to me. Here's the thing.
Okay.
killing with a PS4 controller is much different than using a scythe, okay? just hear me out. Just hear me out, man.
The number of button inputs.
I'll take that. I'll take that excuse. I'll take
But
it.
I'm getting better. I'm trying. Every time that I play, I get just a bit better. And I must say, I would quit, but the thing is, it's such a rush. You know, reminds me of the old days when I wasn't off hiatus. You feel me?
Right.
Is that what you played, Doom, Connor?
Yeah, for my old days.
Your old days
back
of
in
slaying.
school when I
The
was
old days of
killing kids.
slaying noobs.
Oh my god.
Okay, so let's hear explain to Connor.
I genuinely, I know very little. Only.
So-
Oh, no, and I'm sure there's like a number of people watching this episode right now.
Yeah,
who
there's a
watch
number of
Trash
people
Taste.
watching. It's just
probably
like,
slightly
why is there an anime girl sitting in this seat? You know what
Right.
I mean?
So, like, in your own words, Callie, like, explain what HololiveEN is and explain what VTubing is.
Sure. Okay. Well, let's see. I can go ahead and start with VTubing, I
Okay,
suppose.
sure.
Yep.
Because HololiveEN is a group that VTubes. So I suppose I'll go ahead and start from the very beginning. So a virtual YouTuber is basically just that. A YouTuber that is not necessarily human necessarily, I guess. Necessarily. A fictional.
Or
A
3D.
fictional
Or
3D. I mean,
3D
I'm
YouTuber.
So sometimes
certainly.
they are 3D.
I mean, I'm certainly real, as far as I can tell. Right. But essentially, I guess what many people say is a cute anime girl, right? I am a cute anime
In
girl.
layman's terms,
Really
yeah.
gonna out me like this, man.
A cute anime girl, and I do various things, like I stream, and I suppose more specific to me is that I also make music. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, my thing.
And you make some good music at that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
You are the god of spit and fire, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Or however you refer to it as.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
whatever you said
spitting
before.
flames.
Spitting
I think
flames,
Spitting
that's it.
flames.
Yeah,
what
that's
is
it.
what it is. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the name for it. Maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump right into it. What's your opinion of simps?
Wait, no. I thought we were going to ask, do VTubers poop? Is that a real thing? I need to ask that.
So do
Is it true?
do 2D anime girls poop? I'm not-
That's a wonderful question. The truth is, I don't actually know.
Didn't expect
honest.
that. All right, cool. All right. I'm sorry. Back to your
You-
question.
wait, you
Archie.
don't know- wait, hold on.
Well,
You
here's
don't know-
the thing. I don't know about anime girls or VTubers, but I am death, and death does not have to. So
Okay.
I can't actually answer your question.
I was gonna say, like, do you not know as in like you don't, or you don't know as in like it just comes out without you knowing? Like you're not
Certainly
even
not
aware
that
that it's out.
I don't think it's that one.
Sorry, back to your question
But
about
yes,
Sips.
what's your opinion on simps? What's a VTuber's opinion on simps?
You mean shrimps?
Shrimps.
Shrimps.
Oh yes,
I think that's
the kids
what
call them
Gura
now.
calls them.
Yes.
Oh, yes. I think that is the term that humans today are using for supporters, avid supporters. I don't
That's
know
a nice
much.
way of putting it.
That's a very generous way to look at it.
Listen. All I know is that sometimes in chat when I'm streaming, they throw rainbows at me, and I tell them to stop, but then they keep doing it. And the more that I tell them to stop, the more that they continue to do it. And I still don't really know how to handle it, to be honest. But I think everyone is very well-meaning, and I'm happy for the support.
I mean, I've seen the clip of all those like Canadians like bullying you with the
that
red
clips
super
as well.
chats,
Yeah.
Sure did happen, huh?
and it's probably gonna happen again. Let's be real.
I suppose you're right, huh?
Yeah.
So what I gotta ask is, like, when HololiveEN English got announced, I don't like on my end of things, and I've been following HololiveEN since kind of the beginning of the year. I had no idea how big HololiveEN English was going to become. Were you expecting the response, or like your fellow HololiveEN English cast members? Were you guys expecting the response that you got?
Well, it's interesting because we talked about this many times. We actually had no idea how we would be received, right? Because it's not like the five of us are the first English-speaking girls that have done work with HololiveEN, right? I mean, there are several HololiveEN girls that are able to speak pretty good English, so we weren't sure because, I suppose, how should I say this? It's been difficult to estimate, I suppose, how well an English group
Audience?
yes, exactly. An English group of VTubers would appeal to an English-speaking audience because those who came before us have done well, of course, but it's hard to tell because we're the first mainly English-speaking, right?
Right.
So we basically had no idea, is what I'm trying to say, in my long-winded explanation that made absolutely no sense because I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. Everyone knows this. My brain's
So like,
full.
did you like all the HololiveEN English members? Did you guys like meet beforehand, like before all the reveals were happening?
Nope.
Oh, so you met each other like after you debuted.
No, we met before we debuted.
Right,
This has been, we were working together for a very long time beforehand, right?
Right.
And kind of getting to know each other. And I technically, yes, I got to meet the other girls. But before that, we were all just kind of shoved into the same room, and it was like, hello, nice to meet you, all of you. You're my teammates. That's basically how it worked out.
That's so weird. Because like that's the equivalent of like getting a bunch of Anitubers you've never met, being like, all right, you're all starting a podcast from tomorrow. It's like, what? No.
Exactly. Well, it turned out okay because all of the other girls are very laid back, and we all have personalities that work really well with each other, and it's never weird. We all like each other a lot, so that's cool. I suppose we just got lucky. Maybe that's what it is. We just got super lucky.
I mean, I think so. From what I've seen, like all the Hololive English members, they seem to work well.
Yeah, they work. You guys seem to work well together, and you guys seem to have like very distinct personalities as well.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Which I think is
What do you think of this, Connor?
It's good. I feel like
I think you should be the one who needs to like lead on with the question.
Why? What would I? You guys are the
Well,
simps, right?
because you're the one right now who is representing everybody who wants to know more about Hololive and like VTubers.
Like, what don't you know about VTubers?
Everything. I want to know, when you started off streaming, was there any streamers out there, anyone that you kind of really enjoyed, who might have given you some inspiration to start VTubing?
Well, to be honest, I actually didn't know anything about VTubing before I got into it, right? But of course, I started looking up to my senpai, I suppose, and mostly just other members of Hololive, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you have to do like a lot of research before you really like debut? Just like make sure you knew what you were doing?
Well, it certainly wasn't required, but listen, with the way that I am, I get a little obsessed sometimes. So to say that before my debut, I didn't go watch maybe every single video that I could find of my senpai or other VTubers doing things. If I said that I didn't do that, that would be a lie. It would be untrue. It would be false. Because I did. I definitely did that.
Are you able to name like any specific Hololive members that you like especially enjoy? I'm sure, I mean, it goes without saying, I'm sure you enjoy everybody, right?
Yes.
But like who especially do you enjoy, like personally?
Let's see. Good question. Well, I really always looked up to probably a lot of the musical senpais, right? So for example, Azuki and Suisei senpai, and also Watame senpai.
Do you know who any of those are?
Fuck are all these names? It's like when people talk to me about anime directors, they're like, yeah, I love this anime director. I'm like, you just said all the same names. Like, I'm not trying to be like racist, but like, they all sound the same to me. I'm so dumb. I'm like a Neanderthal. It just goes out. I'm sorry.
It's no worries at all. Understand.
Okay, well then here's the thing, right? Then as a Hololive member, who is a Hololive member that you can like convincingly say Connor would get into?
Yeah, that's a good question. As a Neanderthal,
as someone who hasn't watched any VTubers.
My favorite streamer is Tyler One. Do you know Tyler One?
I see. Yes, I am familiar.
Fantastic.
Believe it or not,
is there a Tyler One equivalent in
Hololive?
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, let's see. It depends. I need to ask you first. What kind of content do you enjoy?
Oh, that's a broad question.
No, it's quite a broad question.
Right?
Do you like? Well, for example, do you like things like gameplay? Do you like FPS gameplay? Or
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I do.
Okay. Do you like
He's
chaos?
a hardcore gamer.
Do you like chaotic people?
Yeah, I love chaotic people.
Then you should watch my friend Amelia Watson.
I think that'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
She's
She's got a lot of chaotic energy.
She's a bit of a toxic gamer. Is what I've seen people upon the internet call her.
That is Connor down to a T.
I should have just said toxic gamer. That would have summed it up
Amelia would
really.
be perfect for you.
Damn, yeah, because I said on one podcast that I was going to watch VTubers, and every episode since they've been like, so which ones did you watch, Connor? And I'm like, I don't know where to begin.
Right.
I don't know. Do I just watch a stream? I don't where do I find them?
I mean, at least with me, all I did was I just found one that kind of, I watched a couple until one just kind of clicked with me, where I'm like, oh, okay, I can watch another clip of this particular VTuber. And then you just keep watching more and more clips, and then you go back and watch some of their VODs, and then you're like, all right, who do they play with the most often?
There's like several layers to this, right? And like the top layer, right, of the rabbit hole is just finding like this random Twitter clip that appears in your timeline. And you're like, that's pretty funny.
I see clips of the dog all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
Konami-senpai.
Yeah, then like the second layer, I would say, is like getting some random YouTube recommendations, like certain clips.
I do. I get a lot of those.
Yeah.
Because trust me, you watch one VTuber clip and your recommended is just all VTuber
Yeah,
clips.
exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know what it is about VTuber clips that they just seem like they're designed to take over the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you watch one and then your feed is suddenly you're like full of them.
Yeah.
And then you're like, this clip sounds kind of interesting. And then you watch some and you're like, that VTuber kind of clicks, you know?
It's like, oh, that clip was interesting. Let me go watch the whole VOD now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's always how it works. All right. Yeah. No, but I reckon Amelia would be best.
Okay.
Sure, I probably my recommendation would be watch her debut stream first.
Okay.
Very first stream that she ever did, right? So that she can introduce herself to you, etc.
Yeah.
And then after that, you can just dive right in.
Although, to be fair, I've seen a lot of the HololiveEN members who have changed greatly since their debut
It's true.
stream.
Yeah.
But that's part of the
Yes.
fun, I think.
Yeah.
It's like seeing character development, right?
Exactly.
IRL. But like, I gotta ask you, how nervous were you for your debut stream? Because I assume you didn't have any streaming experience before that.
Exactly.
And then going from like no streaming experience, like stream to such a large
How many people were in your
audience.
debut stream again?
I think that the peak number of viewers was 60,000.
Jesus
Christ.
Holy shit.
Imagine going from 0 to 60K
Yeah.
in a day.
I think we all had like kind of.
I don't think we've
rise,
never
like,
reached.
Yeah,
we've
general-
never reached those numbers in live streaming
No.
terms.
Right,
either.
right. I mean, I've had
Yeah.
like live streams that were big, but nothing like that, and especially not on my first time. Is it kind of overwhelming to have to jump into this and start off with such a big amount? Because, like I said, we've all had really gradual rises over the years.
Right.
Is it daunting, even as a death god?
Right. Well, see, here's the thing. When you're death, no one really sees you, right?
Yes.
I mean, for the most part. Maybe you do see me, but not as I am
I think
now.
those people you kill in Doom see it coming from.
Oh, for sure. Well, I would hope so.
Death approaches.
Oh, there it is. There's the guy who's going to kill us.
Exactly. Well, I mean, if you think about it that way, going from, yes, no one ever seeing me at all, to suddenly all of these eyes on me, yeah, I mean, it's a little scary. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely was kind of losing my mind a little bit, to be honest. I was going a little nutso. But I wasn't going to show anyone that, especially not when I started turning into a PowerPoint slideshow because my computer wasn't strong enough to handle all of the applications open at the same time. That's when I especially started freaking out. So yeah, it was very nerve-wracking, but people were very kind, and I was surprised about that. I went in expecting an immediate barrage of hate and no kindness at all, believe it or not. Because
That is the internet.
That is the internet, yeah.
Pretty good
the
at that.
internet. And as death, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's good though that you were at least positively received in front of 60,000 people. Right?
Yeah.
So what made Death want to become a streamer? That's what I want to know.
What a great question. Sometimes you just get tired of slaying people, man. I tell you what. I mean,
I feel like I'm asking Dora why she keeps asking me questions. You know what I mean? It's like I know it's an obvious thing, but like,
Why do you keep exploring?
Right, Dora, what's up with that? Like, why?
There's nothing more left to explore.
Dora, you know what that is. It's the number 4, Dora. Don't ask me these stupid questions.
the best
I mean,
best
You
number.
know you have to turn left.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's
Yeah.
the best number indeed. Sorry, I got hung up on
Sorry,
that.
I
Yeah.
interrupted you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, what was the question? I'm kidding.
What made
What made you
Death
want to
wanna
become a
streamer?
streamer?
Right. Yeah, so, I really just kind of got tired. I mean, as I mentioned, I got tired of slaying people, but also I had this feeling that maybe if I had more eyes on, I could have more eyes on maybe the things that I make, right? Like music, etc. Because slaying people's real fun. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But
spitting bars is fun, right?
exactly. Exactly. If there's a different way that I can slay people, I'd like to try it. And honestly, I have more fun doing that. So,
Yeah, you kill people by setting their house on fire, right? With all those flames.
exactly.
you
I
slay
killed them
them
with the
lyrically.
bass.
Yeah, lyrical slaying.
So, in terms of music, do you do like everything on your own as well? Like, are you experiencing all like the beat making and all that? Because I'm fucking garbage at all of that.
Yeah.
Connor's
Yeah,
like
so-
mega monkey brain when it comes to music.
So
understand.
I saw that you did a rap competition, right? And I think one of the people who got to the final was someone that we've done raps for. It's like
Oh, wow.
Like Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little remix competition for
Right,
my debut
Yeah.
song. That's
And I saw
right.
DJ Joe was in
Yeah,
the top
DJ
10 as
Joe was
well.
in there as well. Yeah.
And so we've done raps before, but so Joey, actually, you write your own raps and perform them, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm so fucking terrible and I have no rhythm that I have to ask him to write it and then I have to ask him to record him doing it and then I'll mimic it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I literally
You just basically got a cheat sheet.
Yeah,
And like
because even if they give me the rap, I actually don't know how to rap it. Like I'm reading
You don't know
these
the
words.
flow of it.
Yeah, I read it like a businessman reading like an accounting page. You know,
Right.
How do I do that? How do I get better? Because I'm fucking terrible at all of this.
Well, I mean, interestingly enough, everyone starts out being F-wording terrible. Sorry, I really shouldn't curse anymore.
You can curse on the show. It's
curse.
all right.
I can? Is it okay?
Oh, it's totally
Don't
good.
get mad. Okay, hold on.
She's gonna say it. She's gonna say it.
I can't do it on command. It'll come out. It'll slip out. But really, everyone starts out bad. That's the truth.
right.
Even I started out very bad back in the day. But that's why I was afraid to start repping actually, because I had already gotten so good at killing folks, right?
Right.
Yay.
Why change your day job, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm already good at this, right? So why would I switch to something that I'm not good at or that I know I'm not skilled at?
Right.
But I was so inspired, I suppose, by multiple people, mostly in the underworld's rap scene, I would say, is very low key and as you would expect, underground. They really inspired me a lot, and I decided, well, I might as well give it a try. So I did, and over time, you get better. And even listening back to my old things, yeah, terrible, garbage, absolute garbage. Like there's no sugarcoating that, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the advice that I give is always the same cliche stuff that you hear all the time, but it worked for me. Listen, you just gotta keep going, even if you suck. And if you suck, you keep trying, because if you quit when you suck, that's a real shame, because you stop doing it and you suck, you still suck forever.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best advice you can give anyone to like learn any skill set is just to do it and just to try and
just keep trying.
Yeah, it's true when it comes to rapping, and it's true when it comes to making YouTube videos and
I mean, because
doing
like
whatever. Right?
I definitely like the first couple of raps that I did for like Josh or like any other like collaborator that I did. Like, I look back and I'm just like, man, that was a shit bar.
That's like me 5
was a
minutes
shit
after I
bar.
make anything. I'm like, God, that's shit.
Yeah. But the latest stuff I did, I was like, my boy's spitting bars.
That's kind of fire, though.
I'm still trying to make people forget that I once took part in like the what was it, the Anitube?
Oh, can we show you Gaunt rapping?
No!
Can we do
Is
that?
that something? Is that a real thing that I can watch?
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
So this is like a community thing that
Yeah.
we used to do every year, where it's called the Anitube Cipher.
That's what it's called. The
And
Anitube
basically,
cipher.
it's like
the anime cipher.
Yeah, the anime cipher.
Yeah.
So like one person would find a beat, like a Creative Commons beat, and then spit like an 8-bar or a 16-bar or whatever, and then they would tag another Anituber to be like, all right, now you have to like respond.
I'm getting
Right.
And,
No, I'm fucking leaving if we're getting this out now.
and so like,
great.
when was this? Like, you did it like what, 2018? It was like
2017.
2017, I think. 2017
Yeah.
and 2018. I forgot which one it was, but that was the year where like the most amount of Anitubers did.
Yeah.
It. And of course, Gaunt got tagged like 60 million times.
Yeah.
And so he joined in, and his
It's-
bars though.
It's
Were they
awful.
fire? Were they
No,
flames?
they weren't.
I bet they were.
They weren't even an ember. Okay, they were not even. Oh,
Do you want a little taste of
I'll
Gaunt?
be the judge of that.
I'm gonna leave it.
can't move,
I'm
Gaunt.
gonna head out.
You're
I'm
trapped. You're trapped. I won't allow you to move.
I'm gonna head out right now. No!
Here we go. Here we go.
Get it out!
Ha!
God.
Here we go.
We'll link it in the description as well, just in case you want to hear the whole thing. Well, my favorite bar was from Gaunt's was what was it? It's like, it's that motherfucking tea, right?
I've wiped that rap from my memory, and I fucking hate
We should
everyone
do-
for mentioning that
we
now.
all did a
Sounds
rap, right? We should do a
legendary.
bonus video where you react to all of our raps. I think that would be fun.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we
that
should
sounds
definitely do
cool.
it.
I hate
I'm down.
I hate you all.
I am down.
I hate you all right now.
I gotta ask, as the Death God, do you have a favorite meme?
Mimi?
A meme? A
meme.
meme? Whichever you
Meme-
prefer
meme?
pronunciation. I don't want to die.
Gosh. It's okay.
Can you kill me right now? I just want to die.
Everyone die.
Actually.
I'm sorry I had to do that to you. God. This is like the parent pulling out like the baby photos with the dick out. It's like, look how tiny his dick was. sorry. Yeah. Shouldn't talk about unsightly things around a Death God, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. You can talk about whatever you like.
Oh, okay. Also.
Yeah, it's cool.
Were you
No
like
problems.
nervous to debut your first song?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because you all can tell I'm very different sounding, right? I have a very interesting style. It's kind of off the
You
wall,
certainly have a
wacky.
distinct like voice,
Yeah.
like rapping voice, definitely.
For sure. So yeah, I was pretty nervous. I didn't know how people were going to receive it, right? So that was a big worry. I thought that there would be a lot of backlash against it for whatever reason. I also just hold myself to a really, really high standard. So listening back to my rap again, I was like, is this really any good? I don't know.
To be fair though, you set it up really nicely because like you kind of like hinted like during your stream, because I remember I was watching your debut stream again yesterday and you debuted your first song on the debut stream.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I think the way you like kind of set yourself up being like, you know, oh, I'm just like, you know, trying this rap thing, and then the song starts and people are like, all right, well, you know, she sounds nervous. I'm not going to expect like the most amazing rap, but it's still going to be cute anyway. And then 3 seconds later you're just like spitting like this insane flow and I'm just like, holy shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta lower those expectations first, am I right?
Exactly. Like if you had set yourself up being like, yeah, I can
I'm
rap.
the shit.
Yeah,
Check
I'm the
me
shit.
out.
Yeah.
That's hustling.
Yeah, then it would have been like, all right, but I think you went into it really nicely.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, so I want to know as like a person who also likes his rap music, like, do you want to like give any shout outs, I guess, or like mention
like your
any
influences or
yeah,
anything
the
like that?
influences basically,
Yeah.
like Japanese or like Western rap. Right?
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Well, let me think about it because a lot of my favorites are definitely under the radar, I would say.
Who would you say is like the most well known
Gosh.
out of your favorites?
In terms of like the Japanese rap, I wonder. I feel like
I mean, I think on the broader scale of things, like to a Western audience, not a lot of people know a lot of Japanese rappers, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I'd say probably the most well-known Japanese rapper might be like Shingo 2.
yeah, of course.
Who did like, do you know Shingo 2?
I do not know Shinoto.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you know the Samurai Champloo opening?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
He's the guy who did all the stuff with Ninja Bears, basically.
Right.
You got to explain things to me in anime terms. If it's not in anime terms, I probably wouldn't get
He's
it.
the guy who did the Samurai Champloo opening.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So he's probably like the most well-known in like the Western anime community, maybe. But like, because I don't even know a whole lot of Japanese underground rap either.
Right,
But like, what about like Western rappers?
Let's see. I feel like all the Western rappers that I like are very, how do I say? Very obvious, sort of. Like
Tupac?
of course. Yeah, well, of course. But
Yeah.
like my favorite is of course Eminem, which is the very obvious answer. I know that one.
Every white guy, and you ask them what their favorite rap is.
Exactly.
I love
That's
Eminem.
exactly what I mean. Exactly. Yes, and of course, Snoop Dogg.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah, of
am I
course.
allowed to say? Of
Legend.
course I am.
Yeah.
I like his memes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you do get some quality memes from
Yeah.
that man, am I right?
Is
Yeah.
that the pronunciation?
I thought that's what it was. Is that not what it was?
I thought it was when I was
Yeah,
like 10.
sorry.
Oh, okay. How is the right way to say it?
Memes.
Meme.
Meme.
I'm getting mixed signals here. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Me too. All right, I think I get it. Memes.
There you go.
Noted. Thank you for teaching me.
Then do you have a favorite Calliope meme?
Wow, I've seen so many of them floating around. Let's
Do
see.
you hang around on like the HololiveEN subreddits and everything like that? Do you
Oh
secretly
yes, I
stalk?
check them. Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah, I don't react or anything, but I'm watching. I'm watching you guys. I'm watching
Everyone
you.
on the subreddit's like, all right, it's time, boys.
They're like, ah,
Get to the
shit.
freshes. Get the fresh memes.
And then there are plenty of them. They're like, ah, shit, oh fuck, oh no. Yeah. Well, let's see. There is one. I mean, I like a couple of the reaction images. There's one that I always remember where like they turned my face red and they put lights in my eyes.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they like
yeah,
shoot
yeah.
out, and it's really quite scary and frightening. And I'm like, I like that.
Is that the one with like the screen
Is
always?
that like the deep fried meme? Where
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
right,
one.
meme, yeah.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's good.
So like
Very wholesome.
you do like a lot of types of streams, right? I mean, I've seen you do like drinking streams and obviously Doom and just Q&As. What's like your favorite type of stream to like kind of do, and what's like kind of like some of the favorite content that you've made so far?
Well, that's a tough one. Recently, the only time that I have to play games, right, is when I stream. So those are always quite fun because I get to relax and play a video game with chat, which is cool. But let's see. I also really like the streams where I can just talk because it's fun just talking to the chat or talking about what's going on with me, etc. I never really run out of things to talk about, which is something that I always think is going to happen, right?
Yeah,
I always
yeah.
think, oh man, I didn't come up with some kind of outline. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what's going to happen if I have nothing to talk about, right?
That's literally this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But then somehow, some way, I always come up with things to talk about. I don't know how it happens. It just does. And then if I crack open a bottle of wine, it's even better.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like people always wonder, like, why do you guys like drink so often on the podcast? It's like, because otherwise we'd just be like, So
I feel like we haven't
So,
drank
yeah.
that much. I don't know.
Not
we
recently.
haven't drank that much recently,
Yeah.
but I feel like anytime I don't know why. Anytime you stream and you're like drinking alcohol, people are always afraid that people will go like mum mode where they're like,
Right.
oh, you seem like you're drinking a bit too much.
You
Are
better
drinking
watch
enough
yourself.
water?"
It's like, yes,
Sure you
mother, I
hydrate.
am.
It's like glad you guys care,
Yeah.
But don't worry, we can handle our drink.
Yeah.
I get a lot of people telling me I gotta hydrate. I know.
Yeah.
Alcohol is hydration.
I mean, it is.
It's a
isn't it?
fluid.
Yeah, sure. That's how it works, for sure. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. So keep drinking and don't stop, please.
When I'm thirsty,
please,
I just
please
drink
don't.
more wine.
Okay, so like you obviously watch like all your fellow Hololive members, right?
Yes.
But is there any non-Hololive YouTubers you like watching?
Ah, that's a great question. Let's see. Oh, there are plenty of indies that I just casually go and check out every once in a while, I would say.
Right.
But for the most part, the VTubers that I really enjoy, like their content, etc., I would have to say are musicians. So I check out their music and that kind of thing, or like watch their shows and concerts. I actually don't watch a ton of actual streams, I guess, because I'm just I'm very busy. I'm so busy all the time, and it's hard. Sometimes I'll have something on in the background while I'm trying to do more work and that kind of thing, but it's not always a stream.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm also very picky. I don't stick around in streams for a long time. Actually, I never really watch them start to finish.
Right.
Yeah, so like what's what's the life of a VTuber like? Like what does your typical day look like when it comes to like your VTuber work and everything like that?
Right. Well, of course, as I've mentioned before to many know that I work 3 jobs in my existence.
Which is absolutely crazy when I found that out.
yeah.
I work one job and I'm like, fuck, man. Holy shit,
I mean, yeah, it'd be like that. I mean, on the daily, I'm swinging my scythe around. I have those scythe swinging lessons, right? They're real important, and I have to do them. I can't just stop doing them.
Right.
It's not something. Even it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how successful I am or how many souls I've taken, etc. How many rainbows chat has thrown at me. That's something that I can't get out of ever for a while.
Right.
But I do those, and then I come back to my apartment and I stream. Whatever I think
How
is
you have
cool.
the energy to stream after that is just beyond me.
Yeah.
Well, see, here's the interesting thing about what you just said is that I don't have the energy. I don't.
Now that's where the wine comes in.
Exactly.
That's why you do so many drinking streams. Oh, it makes
Right.
so much sense.
So that was a fucking lie. No, because it's insane. Like, it's not just like you, but like, there's so many Hololive members, right? Especially, and like other VTubers who can just stream for like. I already have trouble streaming for like more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm extremely way more relaxed in my streams than I am on like the show or like my YouTube videos. And I still can't maintain. Like after 2 hours, I'm like, I actually like can't even act like I'm relaxed anymore. Like I actually have to just be off camera now.
I know on a previous episode that I said, "Oh man, I hope the cut is fair," but and that makes it sound even more like the cut isn't fair. But the Hololive people over there assured me. Just want to say,
Watching
he was like,
closely.
"Connor, it was very mean what you said. The cut is good, I assure you." And yeah, it's all good. Just saying, I found out. It's good. It's good.
It's all fine.
They don't work 2 jobs because they're broke. It's,
It's because I have to. I have to. I must.
Because they can.
am I allowed to say that? Is that good? Can we leave it? All right, sick. Right, we're good. Sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, of course.
No,
of
it's
course.
all good.
Okay, one thing I've always wondered with like a lot of the Hololive members, but it's about like how you guys see yourselves because
Right.
you guys are technically virtual idols, right?
I guess so, huh?
Yeah, but do you see yourself as an idol? You know, when you like debuted and get all these simps and donations and everything. Like how do you view yourself as like a public figure?
Wow. To be honest, I'm still trying to figure it out because it happened about a month ago, right?
Right.
I suppose all that I can say is I actually, before all of this, when I was just doing underground things in the underworld rap scene, I kind of like stuck up my nose a bit at idols. I suppose I had this attitude of oh, there's this whole industry built around like worshiping these people that are supposed to be more than human, right? When
imagine.
they're not. Yeah, right.
It's like, pulls 10 on gacha.
And I really kind of stuck up my nose, like, well, I'm so much better than them. I'm no idol. I'm not an idol rapper. I'm an underground rapper, that kind of thing. But then after actually getting into the industry, and actually no, it was before that. I guess I will give a small shout out, I suppose, to the indie, well, not necessarily indie VTuber, but one VTuber that kind of changed my mind about idols. Is she's really under the radar, I think. Her name is Milky Queen, and she's like a rice themed VTuber. She speaks fluent English and Japanese.
Oh wow.
Wow.
And we kind of became friends, and she really changed my mind about idols because she's so down to earth and kind and an incredible singer and talented. And I saw that the activities that she was doing, and I went to her events where she was doing like, what is it, the gacha events that are big competitions that VTubers do to get like sponsorships and that kind of stuff.
VTuber and gacha.
Wait. Gacha events?
It's called gacha ibe.
Right. What are those about?
I'm not totally sure. It's on some application.
I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back to the gacha.
right. I think it's a different meaning though. It's different than that kind of gacha, right? But she'd do events to like compete for sponsorships, and there's this whole other culture that I don't know anything about. But I saw how hard she was working.
It's like a tournament arc for sponsorships.
Yeah, kind of like that. But they stream, and it's like whoever gets the most stuff thrown at them in this application that I probably can't mention.
I really need that first prize, Ray's Shadow Legend.
Right? Yeah, that's.
Excuse me, I'm a diamond ranked gacha player. I'll have you know.
I'll have you know,
in my parts, it's called a whale, but no, it's I'm a challenger tier.
I'm not a whale. I'm a Diamond League gacha player.
I'm a professional challenger tier gacha player. I have you know.
I kind of love that. Yeah, it was like she competed against a bunch of other VTubers, and they were competing for like to be the image girl of a restaurant or something.
So how do you compete?
By streaming, and you stream at the same time as some of these other VTubers, and it's like whoever gets, I think, the most stuff thrown at them. There's an application I probably shouldn't even talk about or mention, but there's a place where they do that.
So
anyway.
basically, it's just like a donation war.
Exactly.
It's a donation.
Right.
It's a simp tournament, guys.
Which, by the way,
that's what it is.
I will state, HololiveEN has nothing to do with this. By the way, this is just something I know as me, Calliope the Death God, from what I've been.
Surely
watching.
that must add more stress to streaming, though, right? Like,
Right,
streaming's
exactly.
already pretty stressful.
Exactly.
Adding that kind of, these boys are fucking dying here. I'm trying to find.
I kind of love that, though, to be honest.
That's a new meme on the subreddit coming up. Holy shit!
No, that's super interesting. I had no
I
idea.
want to go to those so bad. Holy
Right?
shit!
Well, that was kind of my first exposure, to be honest, to the whole
Right.
VTuber thing. I didn't really understand it, and I watched her things, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I suppose getting back to the idol thing, right? I kind of had these ideas about what idols were really like, but I realized watching her stuff, she works so hard, and she's talented and kind and humble, and other idols can be like that too. Whoa, no way! No wonder so many people like them. And then I realized I was being a jealous little hoe, and now it's fine. So it's no problem.
So you're like, you dropped this queen.
Yeah, exactly. So ever since then, I've had no like problems or weird feelings like that anymore. I've just kind of rode into the whole idol thing like with a lot of respect for my fellow idols and all the hard work that they're doing, and my mind completely changed, which is something doesn't happen often.
I mean, you are an idol now, right? So,
right.
Yeah,
It would be kind of
technically,
weird if I was shitting on myself, right? I suppose. Yeah.
I'm curious because obviously, as an idol, there's always a lot of, like you said, worshipping going on. Do you get a lot of people obviously trying to worship you to an extent that's uncomfortable? Is that something you ever have to deal with?
Well, I feel like for their sake, I try my best not to get uncomfortable, because I know how that is to really admire someone, but you don't want to make them uncomfortable, right?
we've been there before.
Definitely.
And I feel like people mostly have like really good intentions. I like to believe that most people have good intentions.
You can tell when someone
Right.
has the bad intentions coming up to you, right? Like,
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, obviously, like you said as well, you were an underground rap god before. Is it frustrating when people try to focus on what you were before?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get real sick of that, to be honest. Even sometimes when I stop streaming and I go down to the underground cipher or whatever, and I'll go spit some bars, I still get some assholes coming up to me being like, hey, so how's the VTuber thing going on? And I'm just kind of like, come on, man.
It's good. Thank you for
It's
asking.
good. Thank you. You know, and it's kind of like, I like what I'm doing now, and I want things to just kind of stay this way, and have those fond memories of the past as well, and just kind of live. I don't mind living in those two different ways, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean,
fine with me.
It sounds like you like trying to do a lot of different things, and like doing this VTuber thing is just another path on like another skill that you're trying out.
Right, exactly.
Are you enjoying it as much as you thought you would, or did you even think about that when you wanted to become a VTuber in the first place?
Well, to be honest, when I auditioned, I honestly didn't think that I was ever going to get in at all, so I never thought that far. Really. But I don't know if I can say if one way was more fun than the other. They're different kinds of fun, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. And I don't mind those two existences being existences. How do I say?
Parallel?
I'm bad at words.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't tell, the rapper Reaper is bad at words. But yeah, I don't mind them being parallel. Just don't be an asshole. Is all I'm gonna say to you. Just don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know.
I like that.
Be normal.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
You can enjoy. You can enjoy.
You can be
two parts
parallel.
of it.
Don't be an asshole.
Exactly.
So you said you like didn't know much about VTubers before you became one. So what made you like want to audition to become one in the first place?
Well, let's see. I do think I mentioned this story briefly before on stream, but I had some other Reaper mates who also were looking into the HololiveEN thing, and we're talking about it. And I just kind of I listened in, and I was like, oh, okay, sounds interesting. I'm getting sick of swinging my scythe around all the time. And what's interesting though is that I kind of didn't say anything when I auditioned to those friends. I didn't. I was just kind of I'll just give it a shot because I didn't think I was going to get in. I thought that they had way better chances than me, and so I was like, well, okay, I'll just do it for shits and giggles, right? Just for fun.
Yeah.
And then about midway through, before we even heard anything, before things even got moving, I got real guilty. So I told my friends, I said, hey, listen, look, I didn't. I went ahead and I auditioned for the thing that you guys, so you know, I'm not trying to be slimy or anything. Before things start popping off, right?
Yeah.
Just letting you know what's up, and it was all cool.
So you betrayed your friend.
No, it's not like that.
Anime betrayals.
It's not like that.
No
Come
wonder
on,
you have to drink to get the sorrows of betraying your friends.
Listen.
So like, what was their reaction when I guess
Yeah,
they
oh my
found
God, they
out
must have been like
that you got
fucking
in?
mortified.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the good news is they were very happy for me.
Yeah.
And
On the
that's how you know you have good friends. On the
I'm so fucking happy for you.
I think it was genuine though.
Okay,
I think,
I'm
but
about
I get
to
what
go
you mean.
deaf
I get
God
what you mean
myself.
for sure.
I mean, yeah, your friends, right? You must have known there was
Of
like
course,
a
and we-
slight bit of like, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Gritting their teeth.
I mean, we still talk and we still cheer for each other. So I like to hope that things are still cool with them.
On your pile of money.
They just walked in, he's just sweating, being like, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I imagine you had to buy the first few rounds of drinks.
I'm sure that I will. I'm
yeah.
sure that I will have to whenever it is that we reunite
Yeah.
again in the underworld.
That's so funny, though.
So I
But,
guess like what is your, I guess, you know, you've only been doing this for a month now, right? And I assume that you're planning to do this for the foreseeable future.
Yes,
right?
for a while, yeah.
For a while. Like, is there any like immediate goals you're looking towards
Oh
as
gosh.
Tell us your 5-year plan. As a
Where do you see
death god.
yourself
Where
in
do you
5
see
years?
yourself in 5 years?
Oh man,
Miss
wow.
Nice eternal death god.
Well, let's see. Well, think about it this way. I've lived a long existence. So, you know,
course.
5 years is like, to me, what a second is to you. So it's all good. For me, basically, there are many things that I have on my list. So, for example, I want to release an album. Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell
Full
yeah.
album. And then I don't know if I will ever be able to get a 3D body. It would be nice. I can't promise anything and I don't know anything, but it would be nice if I did. And at that time, I'd like to release some kind of EP for that.
Right.
Oh, that would be cool.
Are you listening, HololiveEN star?
Hey guys!
She wants a 3D.
Nudge,
Oh yeah,
nudge, wink,
because
wink.
I just realized like I don't think anyone in the EN side has had their 3D debut yet. have they?
No.
We've
not
only been
yet.
like we said, they've only been debuted like a month ago.
Yeah, I know. I always forget that. I always forget.
And I'm like, yeah, HololiveEN
Seems
English
like
has
it's
been
been
around
forever.
since the beginning,
They've
right?
just become so comfortable with their simping that they've just like, yeah, I'm ready to do this for life.
It's like
yeah.
shit. I've been simping for only a month. What the fuck? Just like years.
We're in this for the long run, everyone. Maybe.
That's going to be really interesting though when that gets debuted.
I think so, for sure. I have no idea what even to expect. But then again, I didn't for this job either. So, hey, looking forward to it if it ever happens.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, it's still fucking crazy that it's just been a month. What was your opinion of VTubers, like, before you auditioned and everything like that?
VTubers?
Yes.
Or YouTubers? Oh, okay.
Or just like online content creators and everything like that.
Okay. Well, I never thought it was something I could do because, as I've mentioned before, I wouldn't say that I'm a shy person because I can talk well in conversation, but I'm very much an introvert. So I don't talk to people unless they talk to me. Right? It's that kind of thing. I don't approach others, and I like being alone. And sometimes I get real sick of folks. You guys are fine. I just want to clarify real quick. You guys are fine. It just depends. It just depends. Mostly in like party situations and that kind of stuff. There's a ton of people, right? And you just kind of want people to fuck off and leave you alone afterward. You know,
I mean, to be fair, I'm like, I don't mind the occasional party every now and then, but could I go to one every day? No.
Nah, exactly. You get kind of tired after a while.
I know you can, Connor.
I know you can.
And so I also am not, gosh, I've gotten used to talking, but I'm not a being that really enjoys, it's not that I don't enjoy it. I'm bad at talking about myself, and I have a hard time talking about myself without getting a little flustered, I guess. Right. So for this job, I thought, wow, I feel like there has to be a certain level of, not just confidence, but like ability to talk about yourself and about yourself, I guess. So I just don't, I'm not sure if I knew if that was for me or not. I've been very unsure about it. I really didn't have any streaming experience at all.
I mean, I've always said that YouTubers are like the best YouTubers are always the most narcissistic, right? Like you have to love yourself quite a bit, I feel, in order for you to be confident enough to be on camera to be like, look at me and look how awesome I am.
I would say that it is a skill that you can learn, and it's
but I'm talking about like the most like naturally talented YouTubers.
Oh yeah,
right. They can just go and be like, hey guys, hit that like and subscribe button, etc. That really kind of outward.
Like no one says that on their daily life, right?
No,
like anything of that sort. Right? Like
I think
in order for you, like you can learn to do that after years, but the people who can just like come immediately onto the scene and just look like they've been doing it for like 5-10 years.
Honestly, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I still die inside a little bit when
you say like and subscribe.
When I say like and subscribe,
it hurts.
I hardly ever say it to my own videos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't do this for every video.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I wonder then, off of that, saying that like they hate doing that, is there something that you don't like about being a VTuber or?
Oh, wow.
Being a streamer? Like, there's got to be something that's like, grinds your gears, isn't there?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Well, gosh, I mean, let's see.
Sorry, the list is just
sweating. Yeah, I know, right? I see him over there. He's like, oh, shit, oh no. I mean, I feel like most of the issues that I have always end up being with myself for whatever reason. Like, I could do this better.
That's not the answer we were looking for.
I know it's not. I'm thinking.
Just not perfect enough.
I know. I'm thinking.
That's like the job interview answer you give whenever like.
Oh gosh.
When you're in a job interview and someone asks you what are your flaws, I'm like,
I work too hard. I work.
I'm just such a hard worker and I'm a perfectionist.
I work too much. I never sleep. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's see. If I'm to be honest, let's see. I mean, obviously, sometimes chat. They mean well, and I love my chat.
Listen,
you get assholes.
Some people are assholes.
Yeah, you get
it's
assholes
okay to say
everywhere.
that.
Yeah, exactly. And people tricking me into saying things. I don't like it. All right, listen. I understand that you support me. Go fuck yourself. Please stop.
Yes,
can you stop it?
Said it. She
Can you
That's
stop?
on brand though, right? Tell someone to go fuck themselves, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying so hard to be entertaining and for all of us to have fun together, right? And you're just trying to shit on my day and everyo's day. It's rude.
Yeah, you tell them.
It's fucking rude.
You tell them, man.
We 1 hour of you talking
dropped this
shit.
queen.
Start going off. Gotta get the angry face going, right? This is my sad face. It looks like I'm in pain. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Here, wait. No, now I'm blushing. Hang on just a moment. I have to adjust myself. Okay, yeah. Fuck you. I'd raise my Nakayubi if I could, but I can't right now.
Oh, brilliant. I'm happy we got that moment, man.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
Hold on,
plenty
I'm
of
changing my face.
Changing my face.
Finna change my face.
You
gonna
won't like
change
me
my
when I'm
face
angry.
real
Hold
quick.
up. Let me just get angry.
Yeah. There's also some other stuff that pisses me off in terms of like technical difficulties and whatnot because
Right,
I was under the impression that I was doing a pretty decent job, right?
Yeah.
But in the beginning, my PC specs are fine. You know, they're still pretty shit, right?
Yeah.
But eventually they got, we got better stuff. And I just there's a lot of feedback about stuff that I can't change, and I know it's my job to take it and do what I can with it, and we did that. But there gets to a point where just kind of like shut the fuck up. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Joe, can we tell the story?
I mean, it was eventually going to come up anyway.
Okay. So I had ordered a new PC build. Like I bought everything. I got Joey to buy the exact same one.
Yeah, because I needed an upgrade too.
And so we ordered the 380 graphics card, which is the new one. I don't know if you're familiar with any of this stuff.
Yes. Now I am. Oh, believe me, chat made sure I know.
So we ordered it and it got delayed. So when I was building Joey's new PC for him, because he didn't know how to build it.
Yeah. To preface, Joey has like the most jank setup you'd ever expect for like a professional YouTuber. He fucking streams and edits on one screen. One screen.
Oh man.
Like,
how'd you do that? That's like
what a monster.
I tried
The
like
manager's looking at me like I killed a puppy. It's like, what?
Dude.
I try working on one screen. I'm like, why am I blind in one eye? You know what I mean? That's how I feel when I have one screen.
He's a professional in all senses of like.
I've been doing this for almost 8 years now, and I've been doing it on one
and I'm like,
screen.
how do you read the comments? It's like, oh, I just pop it up.
Do you have two
Alt
monitors?
tab is my friend.
Do you have 2 monitors?
I have 4.
Joey, come
Joey,
on.
come on, man.
Come on. So I was building Joey's new PC, and obviously the 380 hadn't arrived yet. So I said, "Don't worry, Joey. We'll just take the old one out of your PC."
Yeah.
Right.
Because I had a 980 in my old one.
Yeah. And you know when you have a new graphics card, they have like little rubber pieces in the HDMI and the display port.
Yeah.
Right? They were still in on Joey's thing, and I thought, "Oh, did you put them back in, Joey?" And he was like, "No." And I'm like, "Did you ever take these out?" And he was like, "No, I never took them out." So Joey for 5 years used a 980 graphics card that was plugged in, powered,
But
and never used
he
it.
was still using the Intel CPU graphics card.
Jeez.
He plugged this one HDMI monitor into his fucking motherboard.
Oh my god,
He's a
dude.
professional YouTuber
Dude.
streamer.
So basically, when we pulled out this like dusty
It
old
was
thing,
so dusty.
Yeah,
And it's never been used.
It was dusty as fuck because it's never been used for 5 years.
Jeez.
So basically, it was the dustiest brand new 980 that you'll ever see.
Oh my god.
I have no idea how he didn't have problems with like streaming or editing videos.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Pretty nuts.
Yes, that's what you get for like just playing
yeah.
anime games, right?
Honestly, dude, like I only play retro games, and B, I'm a console player, right? So like
Same.
I've never had to deal with like graphics card or any of that kind of shit. But I guess now I do.
So no, it doesn't matter how bad you were.
Just
Joey
like
for-
losing.
Joey, the
Crying.
HololiveEN staff members were crying on Steam. Jerry for 5 years had a graphics card that he did not use.
I never used it.
And this wasn't like Joey built it. It was pre-built. So
It
he
was
had no
pre-built.
excuse.
Yeah. But that's the problem, right? Was because like every computer I've used up on like my entire life, because my dad worked in IT for like fucking 30 years, right?
Just stop.
He never taught me any of this shit.
Oh my god.
He would just
man.
set this shit up for me because I remember like when I was
like the boomer grandma.
I
It was
am.
just like, how?
I'm literally one step away from like how does email work?
I get that.
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry. I
like because I never like I never PC gamed like my entire life. Like I've always been console only like ever since I was a kid. And it's only recently I started PC gaming, right?
Because of this guy.
Yeah, because of like all my friends and whatnot. So and especially when streaming came into the image
Yeah, you
because
need a
like
good PC,
I couldn't
yeah.
stream in Australia, right? Like my upload speed do you know
That's what I've heard.
yeah, do you know
Word
how
on the
do you know
street.
what my upload speed was in
Tell
Australia?
me.
0.4.
Come on, man. That can't be
0.4
real.
meg.
You can't stream on that.
I couldn't
Oh,
stream. Dude,
jeez.
I streamed for like an NES emulator and it was still lagging.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't stream, right? So, of course, because I had this garbage computer with this garbage internet, PC gaming was just completely out of the option for me,
that
right?
makes sense.
And so when I moved here and I was like, oh my God, I can actually
Internet
stream.
can be fast.
It's like coming back to the 21st century.
Yeah,
right?
it was like, oh my God, upload speeds that are more than a megabyte? Holy shit. And then, yeah, I just never used my graphics card, basically. I was an absolute clown about it. And these two will never let me forget about it.
Something kind of
Yeah.
beautiful about that. I feel good about myself now. Thank you for that confidence.
Were you
boost. I feel
mainly
good.
a PC gamer or a console gamer before?
Nah, I've played consoles ever since back I can remember.
What's your favorite like?
What's your favorite
What-
console?
what- favorite console of all time? Let's go.
Oh gosh, PlayStation 2.
Oh,
I have the
classic.
best
Good
memories.
choice, good
I
choice.
also
Best
like white
memories.
bread as well.
The best memories I have around
Don't
the
you mean just a
PS2.
DVD player? Like-
Yeah, I did. I played many DVDs on it as well.
Of
yeah,
course you
it
did.
was. Yeah, it was very, very. What's the word? I forget English. You can use it for many things. Versatile.
Versatile. There you go.
That's the word.
I gotta say, my favorite console though, GameCube. I don't know what it is.
Oh, for sure.
GameCube for me, I'm a GameCube boy.
I'm really sad that like even the GameCube, there are like some of my favorite games of all time are GameCube games, and yet I never owned a GameCube.
What?
Yeah.
Well, then how did you enjoy them?
Because I had a childhood friend who I used to go to his house like 3 times a week, and he was that one friend who clearly had like
Every
a really
Nintendo.
rich dad,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like
one
a
of
dad who
those.
like worked in like the gaming industry, like the tech industry, and he just had like all the consoles.
You knew that someone had a rich dad when they owned more than one of the consoles.
Yeah, right.
You know? Right, wait. You can be a GameCube kid and a PlayStation 2 kid
Yeah.
as well? Like, how does that work?
And almost always, for some reason, that one kid always has like a fucking like projector as well.
Yeah,
like
big
on the wall. I'm
screen.
like, what do you use this for? It's like to play games.
Yeah.
It's like, I have like a shitty CRT TV that I play games on.
Yeah.
I really liked the GameCube, and I got it super cheap when I was a kid because obviously it bombed so hard.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
basically like giving it away with like,
Yeah.
like tons of free games. I fucking loved it. I played the shit out of Sonic Riders. That was terrible.
For me though, like my favorite's still the Super Nintendo, just because I'm
good.
like
It's
a
good.
hardcore like retro head.
I really want to get a Neo Geo,
Neo Geo.
but they're so expensive.
Oh,
They're like
yeah, yeah.
$700 to get one, and all the games are like really getting any Metal Slug game is like $300.
It honestly would be cheaper to just get like a cabinet, like
It
an
honestly,
arcade
like,
cabinet
yeah,
of Metal
yeah,
Gear.
yeah.
Not Metal Gear, Metal
Metal
Slug.
I love
That's
Metal
it,
Slug.
Metal
It's my
Slug.
favorite like game series ever.
Yeah.
I fucking
What are
love
like your favorite games?
Oh gosh, let me think. I've
FIFA?
got quite a few. Oh yeah, for sure. You gotta
Football
love.
Manager
Yeah,
12.
throwing the ball
Madden?
for the 3-pointer. Yeah, I love my football. No, let's see. Actually though, I really, I have a wide range of games that I enjoy, but right off the top of my head, some of my classic favorites, I would have to say one of my favorite games ever is Bloodborne. I love
Hell
Souls
yeah.
games.
Hell yeah.
Because let me tell you something real quick. I suck shit at Doom. I get that. But get me into any Souls game, we'll have some fun. Listen,
Have you streamed any yet?
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately. But you know, maybe someday. We're working on it. Who
Yeah,
could say
yeah,
what will
yeah.
happen in the
Right.
future? I really want to play Bloodborne with Ina because she is familiar with the Cthulhu stuff.
Oh
of
yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
As you may know.
I like Bloodborne because it's the only Software game that I actually could finish.
Yeah.
Like I've never been able to finish a Dark Souls game.
I'm still.
way too
I
hard.
know have I.
Have you played
Yeah.
Sekiro?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I loved
I
it.
fucking loved that game.
Yeah, it was
I
so
still,
great.
I
hard,
still haven't
though.
played it though.
It's so good,
It
but
is
it's
really
so fucking
difficult.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one gave me some trouble, honestly. For me, in terms of like, I guess skill at the games, I would probably say Bloodborne is the one that I can pretty easily do. After that, Dark Souls a little more difficult, but I can get through them.
I've heard
Sekiro is like the most difficult.
Yeah, I've heard Bloodborne is like the more difficult one.
I thought it was the
It
easiest
depends
one.
Is
on
it?
what play style I think you like.
Yeah, because like Dark Souls, what makes Dark Souls so like tough for people is that you really have to be patient. Like Bloodborne, you can kind of just like run in,
Right, and
you
you're
know, just, like,
rewarded
hack
by
and
going
slash,
in
by,
and
like,
being
yeah,
proactive.
exactly.
Yeah.
But with Dark Souls, if you run in, you're immediately dead.
That's why I like Doom, man. You literally are just rewarded for just being like just a monkey. And just
I didn't realize that until I started playing it more, and I was like, I see what kind of
And then
game this
Sekiro is like the combination of Bloodborne and Dark Souls, right? It
Yes.
requires the patience of Dark Souls, but if you want to and you're skilled enough, you can just run in.
Wait.
Exactly.
Now that we're on this topic, I got to ask: do you care about your stories in your video games, or do you skip all the dialogue?
yes.
Are you just a gameplay gal?
It depends on the story, to be honest. It takes a lot to get me invested in a story. It has to have something really special, I think. Otherwise, I'll skip everything if I just enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah.
It really depends. For example, I really liked Bloodborne's very subtle lore, I would say. I enjoyed that aspect
You're
of
the
it.
1%, by the way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I guess. But I liked the subtle storytelling. It just depends, is I guess the basic answer that I would
So
give to
the game boots up, right? The first cutscene plays. You'll always give the first cutscene a chance? Or
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm just immediately skip.
Oh, wow, okay.
Every single time. I'm like, I want to get in the damn game. Stop fucking making
Okay,
me watch shit. You know?
I see.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, there's an hour cutscene before I can play the game. Fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
Grab your
watch this game.
popcorn.
I was going to get
Grab a cold
a
wine.
PS4 to get Death Stranding, but when I heard there was like a movie at the end,
Oh
that's,
yeah,
like,
the last,
unskippable,
yeah, the
I mean,
final cutscene
I
is
was
2
like,
hours
I'm
long.
okay. I don't
I
want
mean,
that.
Death Stranding sounds like the worst game you could possibly play because
I don't
even the
think you'd enjoy
gameplay
it.
is not really gameplay.
Yeah.
It's just walking. It's a walking simulator, right?
That's what I've heard. That is the word on the street. I personally haven't played it yet.
Like
Yeah.
that's the only reason why. Like I love my story-based games. Don't get me wrong. Like JRPGs, I'm like fucking all over that shit. But when I heard that the last cutscene for Death Stranding is 2 hours,
Yeah, I
long,
was like, I'm not
and you
buying
can't
this for-
skip it. I'm just
Yeah.
like, Kojima, why? You should have just made a movie. Like, why did you? That's the thing. Death Stranding isn't a game. It's just a movie with a game attached to it. That's basically what it was. Kojima's like, I want to make a movie. Yeah. People are like, no one's gonna watch that. It's like, but what if I put a game in it?
Well, I think that when you find the balance, it's perfect. For example, the game that I really want to play on stream, but I can't right now, is Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, it's such a good game.
That is such a good fucking love that game. It's so good. I've never been obsessed with the game in so long, but.
That's like that is the perfect mix of story and gameplay. In my
I wish life was as beautiful as what it is, but how it's portrayed in Ghost of Tsushima.
Dude, I still really want to go to Tsushima.
Same.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
I'm a PC gamer and like everything but console. I used to be like addicted to Xbox, but then I just like.
Yeah, you still don't own a PlayStation, do you?
No.
Which is.
I'll get a PS5.
Sad.
I'll get a PS5. It's fine.
Will you?
Probably not. Let's be honest. I mean, I have a Switch that I barely play.
Right.
Yeah.
I bought like a lot of games for Switch that have just been unopened. Really? So I'm like, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play it one day. I'm gonna do it, and I never do. Because then I'm just like, all right, boot up League of Legends again and be depressed for another hour.
So to contrast Joey's virgin gamer setup, what is your setup to when you stream your games and stream and be a VTuber, I guess?
Okay, well, basically, so far, here's basically how my journey has gone with streaming games. So from the beginning, out the gate, despite having bought a quote unquote gamer laptop. A so-called gamer laptop.
Cringe down my spine.
Right? Yeah. That's what they call it, right? When you stroll into the store and you're like, I need something kind of high spec for what I want to do, right? You walk in there like, let me show you, and they take you over to the gamer. Yeah, exactly. Well, I needed something that would suit my needs for animating, for doing my animation freelance.
Right.
So I, told them what I needed, and they said, well, how about this gaming laptop? And I said, I kind of like games. I kind of like games.
That's how they get you.
Okay, well, I'll get this gaming laptop.
Gamer girl, right?
Yeah, and I can play games on it, and I can animate. So I buy it, and then I realize, I can kind of play games on it at like a medium quality, but can I stream them? Oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot do that. And I realized very quickly that wasn't going to work, especially for this line of work, right?
Yeah.
So before that, I was just using, I guess, what is a game capture device that I route to my television screen, and then I route it into the laptop, and it's able to capture it perfectly fine, though what I'm playing on my console, because obviously if I'm using a console, it's not as much of a problem on my computer while I'm trying to stream, etc. But I recently, to fix that, because of course playing Doom on PS4 has been something else. I tell you what, with PS4, it's just been something else. I decided, we'd try and get like a new PC, and I received one. I was very fortunate. And so I set it up. And then I thought to myself, okay, great, I can play PC games. And then I set it up, and I realized, my apartment is so small, I actually don't have any space for the mouse or the keyboard. My mouse setup, my mouse is currently sitting on top of the tower, the rectangle, the powerful rectangle that is, I guess, the computer.
Are you serious?
Oh my god.
Yeah, so my mouse is on top of it. My mouse is on top of it, and I move it about 2 inches, and then I have to pick it up and put it back, and then move it another 2 inches to try and get to where I need to go.
What?
The mouse to where I need it to go across 4 monitors, right? Imagine just a crouched goblin sitting on the floor with a chair on the floor, a desk on the floor, surrounded by 4 monitors, with my mouse on top of the tower that is my computer.
We need to get you a new cardboard box, I think.
Yeah, for real.
The cardboard box size you got right now is not big enough.
Well, unfortunately, when I try to put the mouse somewhere else, but then I realize, my bed is there. There's no room for anything in my room. Well, the good news is, though, I've already mentioned this before on stream. I'm moving.
Hell yeah.
So now the new place is much bigger. New desk, new setup. I'm finally going to be able to play PC games. I'm very excited.
You can finally get your gamer chair, like a true gamer girl.
Yes, a true gamer.
I was about to say, like, the Sims are probably hearing this being like, don't worry, Queen, we got you.
We got you.
You need a new apartment? Well, we'll get that for you,
Desk
Queen.
fund.
You accept card?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Open super chat.
Here comes the rainbow. It's raining down. Goodness
I imagine
gracious.
if you're trying to find a new apartment in Japan, you'd hope that like the realtor was a simp, so that they'd probably make getting a house in Japan a little easier. Because I don't know, have you had difficulty getting an apartment in Japan?
I did mention this actually on a members only stream recently. I guess I'll go into it a bit here, but basically, yeah, it's been tough as a Reaper, I would say.
Right.
Kind of finding an abode for me because as a Reaper, it's a little difficult.
Yeah.
You know, and you can say, I do this and this and this.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
But it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
So yeah, but the good news is it worked out in the end, and for that I am fortunate.
Yeah.
So.
That's the ironic thing, isn't it? It's like you could be like, yes, I am a multi-millionaire who makes his own money. It's like, okay, that's cool.
I would like to buy.
Do you have a uni degree though?
Do you have a uni degree? Do you speak Japanese?
Yeah.
How about this thing that you have no control over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sorry, but kindly fuck off.
So you want to buy this whole building, but you know it's all good. I just wonder if you know how to separate glass from plastic. It's just I can't fathom if you.
We don't have an English thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to be okay?
Like my apartment is 4 bedrooms. I don't need 4 bedrooms. I only use 2 of the bedrooms because no other apartment would accept me.
Right.
So I end up with a place with 4 bedrooms, and it looks so excessive when like people come to my like, why are 2 of the rooms not being used?
Yeah.
I'm like, I couldn't get anywhere else.
We go from I don't have enough space to put my mouth to I have 4 bedrooms and I don't need 4 bedrooms.
The ultimate flex.
I have a gigantic tatami room which you can have. I don't do anything with it. I sometimes go in it. It smells really weird. Tatami. I don't like the smell of tatami.
You don't clean it.
Yeah.
You gotta clean it?
How'd you clean tatami?
Yeah,
I think you throw water on it, right?
Yeah, there's like special like equipment that you can use.
Like a tatami vacuum or something.
I mean, yeah, because if
You do?
Yeah, because it collects mold.
Oh my god.
I mean, tatami's made out of a plant, right?
Yes.
So if you don't clean it regularly,
I know that.
then it
Get that-
gets moldy.
How'd you
You
clean
gotta
it
get
then?
that dehumidifier, man. That's the key.
there's like there's different ways that like there's like certain. I mean, I've never done it.
It doesn't
but-
matter because they're charging me anyway when I leave to replace it. So
Right.
Yeah.
if there's animals living in there when I leave, so good.
Yeah, I remember like the week that me and Sydney moved into our apartment.
Yeah.
Like she stains the tatami mat within the first few days, and we didn't realize because we had I think we'd spilled some water over it or something.
Red Bull. I remember her.
Was it Red Bull?
Yeah, I remember her being like paranoid in the group chat, being like, "How do I clean Red Bull from the tatami mat?" How do I?
Yeah,
That
and-
is the most like I just moved to Japan post.
Yeah.
r/Japan life. Like, how do I
because as a foreigner, you just don't know how to deal with tatami rooms, right?
Right,
Because I'm
right.
like, can you put furniture in here? How the fuck do we put anything in here?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Have you ever lived in a tatami room?
I have actually.
Did you like it?
Back in the day. Not really. I mean, it wasn't quite my choice, was it? Because I recall back in the day, I kind of didn't get to choose where I lived. I was moving to a new city, and they were just kind of like, okay, go here. This is your place. And I waltzed in. It was super old. The walls were actually kind of crumbling, like on the inside. There was a really ancient tatami. Actually, it already had water damage, so I went ahead and water damaged it a little bit more. By actually, what I did was I was trying to figure out how to dry my clothing, because I had a washer outside, and I washed my clothing there, and it was kind of my first experience in this kind of room. And I thought to myself, well, I have to hang these to dry, right? Okay, I'll just do it in my house. So I hung it up, and it was dripping, right? And so yeah, so I went ahead and I went to sleep, and I woke up and I thought to myself, what is that scent? What is that scent in my home? And then I looked over to the side and I looked at the dark spot on the tatami mat, and I thought, I see.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. The good news is I just kind of ran away, and that was it.
It's your problem.
One thing I
else's
will say though that not many foreigners get to experience is sleeping on a futon. And I will say, sleeping on a futon in a tatami mat room is like
nice, yeah,
it's
it's
the best night of sleep I ever get.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad.
don't know what it is about the feeling of just sleeping on the floor. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of sleeping at grandma's house or something like that.
Yeah.
I personally love tatami rooms.
When Gaunt first told me that he loved it, I was just like that meme of like, is this some peasant joke? I'm too rich to understand. Is that the meme?
Yeah. Is this some peasant joke I'm too rich to understand?
Because I have a whole tatami room. Like, why would I voluntarily sleep on that? I have a bed.
I don't know, man. Because my
I like it now. I like it now.
Yeah.
Because when we go to Ryokans, we're forced to
Yeah.
stay
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Emma.
And my grandma's house was nothing but tatami, right? Because it was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in like the Japanese countryside, and sleep just lying down on that on a summer day is like the best fucking nap you'll ever
I feel like
take.
it did wonders for my back.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
it is good for your back.
It straightens it out.
Strange to think. It's strange to think about that. Sleeping on the floor is like more like it feels more healthy for your back and stuff than sleeping on a bed, elevated.
Yeah, it is weird, right? It's kind of an oxymoronic almost.
Yeah.
That somehow the most uncomfortable sleeping like situation.
That's how humans have been sleeping for like most of.
All right, gone.
We're going back to the Neanderthal days, of sleeping on the ground.
Of course.
So, were you an anime fan or anything as well?
Well, I used to watch anime way back in the day. I would have to say, I've seen a lot from, let's see, maybe like the 2010s, I would say. But the most recent anime that I've really enjoyed is, I think, I really liked Dr. Stone. I've mentioned Dr. Stone. I really liked Made in Abyss. So those were the two that I was really into.
We know the guy who did the soundtrack to Made in Abyss.
Really? You know what?
Shout out to Kevin.
Kevin.
Wait, I love the soundtrack.
Yeah. He's just this really Aussie bloke.
Yeah. You won't be amazed if you ever meet him in real life.
Oh yeah.
He's just a normal
He's just the most normal Australian dude.
Normal dude.
Who's just like, I did Made in Abyss.
We'll get drunk with him. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Dr. Stone. Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
kind of thought the Dr. Stone anime was mid. There, I said it. Thought it was mediocre.
Oh, that's okay. I can totally understand that. I don't really know why I enjoyed it. I think that my method of like thought at that time was, I haven't watched anime in a long time.
Right.
Let's just watch something. This guy has a head that looks like a piece of celery. Let's just go into it. And I checked it out, and I really like the main character. He made me laugh a lot. He has like a personality that I enjoy. And yeah, I mean, I think the characters are fine, but I don't know what it was. I think it was a nice, comfy show that I could sit back and not really care too much about.
It was definitely comfy.
I think because everyone was hyping it up as like the next big show.
Wasn't that just what happens?
It's really weird, right? Because I think the thing I didn't like about it was the shonen side.
Yeah,
the fact that it was like a typical Shonen Jump anime.
Right.
And what I didn't like was when they had like these arbitrary battles and stuff like that. Like I saw the tournament arc, and it was the first time I was like, why is there a tournament arc here? Please get rid of the tournament
That's true.
arc.
That was so bad. It was like, just get back to the science.
I didn't even get that far.
Get back to the science. We want the science.
We want the
Whenever they
science.
were just inventing stuff, like that scene where they invent the light bulb, fucking
cool.
brilliant
That's cool.
scene.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love that kind of stuff.
Like
and
when
it's so
they're
hype.
fighting, I'm like, get this shit out of me.
I think as well, there might have been like, at least in Japan, there might have been like a prior hype to it because it was written by the same guy who did iShield 21.
Right.
So people are like, oh shit, this is the guy who wrote iShield 21, so it must be just as good as iShield 21. And then you watch it and you're like,
But you also mentioned 2010's anime. Do you have like a few favorites you could list off from
I think I
2010?
remember from your debut stream, you said you really like Madoka Magica, right?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 100% big fan.
Oh, can we call Madoka Magica a classic now? Is it that old?
I think so.
That's old.
2011, I think.
God damn it.
So far, not trash taste. What else is on the list, I wonder?
My number one favorite show of all time is it has to be Gurren Lagann. It's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Good taste.
That's a classic.
That is a classic.
That's a
now.
classic.
It was one of my first, actually, anime that I really watched and loved. So yeah.
Was that like the anime that you'd say got you
Got
into
me
anime?
Yes, I would say. Well, because I had watched a couple before that my friends in Reaper School had recommended to me. For example, like I watched, of course, Inuyasha was just on TV.
of course.
Yeah.
So I watched that. And then Full Metal Alchemist as well. I watched that.
course.
And
Yeah.
I enjoyed. But I still thought that anime, I was like, okay, anime is kind of cool. You know, I drew it a little bit. But I didn't really get into it until I watched Gurren Lagann. And I was like, this made me feel something that I didn't feel before. That's crazy. I love it. And maybe anime is like this. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to keep watching it. And still to this day, I haven't found
Unfortunately,
it
we
better.
wouldn't see anything like that for a very long time.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just checked. Madoka Magica is 2011, so I'd say almost 10 years
Almost
old
10 years.
at this point, which is fucking nuts.
Fuck.
Like I just remember what magical girls were like before Madoka Magica, and now like every magical girl I see,
an
it's like an edgelord fest show.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah, remember when people were like, "Damn, Revolutionary Girl Utena is so edgy," and then it's like, "Oh shit, never mind." Madoka Magica has like people actually dying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
a big
Did you
turning point.
like how deep were you into it? Like, did you watch like the movies and stuff?
I haven't seen those yet, actually. I remember I was, all that I remember exactly, because it was a while ago, I was on the internet while it aired, and I experienced that whole thing, I guess, is
yeah,
what I
yeah,
can
yeah.
say about that.
Because it was pretty like fucking inescapable when it first
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out,
yeah.
right? Like
Especially,
everyone was
like-
talking
I
about
don't think I was
that.
watching anime when it came out.
Really?
So, no, I haven't gotten into anime at that point, so I never experienced that.
So you never like experienced like the golden age, right? Like the mid 2000s anime.
I guess I didn't.
What is your golden age, Connor?
What do you mean? I got into it like 2013, I think, and that's when I
Yeah.
really like watched a fuck ton. That was like when every single day was like 12 episodes. Oh, that's I can do
God,
that.
I miss those days so much.
Yeah, right. Did you ever binge anime like that as well?
Oh, yeah,
okay,
for sure,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you would just watch any shitty 12-episode anime you could find. On
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, it's 12 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I was like,
watch
the summer season has what 27 new series? Yeah, I got time.
No problem.
I got time. I'll check them all out.
And now I'm like, a 20-minute episode? Get the shit out of my face.
I feel like that's how you can tell who like a new anime fan is when they can actually watch anything. I'm like, what's wrong with you? What the
Yeah, why would you watch
I
this?
don't know. I find it so weird, right? Because it's my mentality with watching content has like changed so much. Where do you know what I mean? Where sometimes a 20-minute anime episode just seems like such hard work, and then I see like a 2-hour YouTube video or like a fucking 3-hour VTuber stream, and I'm like, I got time. I got time.
It'll be 20 minutes of like super highly produced $1 million budget, and then on YouTube be like 2-hour speed run of Mario's nipple percent.
Yeah.
Which one do you choose, dude? Mario nipple percent.
Sure.
Every time, man. Like I need to know.
It was really interesting actually is that back in the day I used to be able to watch a lot more anime because I've always been very busy. I've always been a very busy being, right? Except back in the day I didn't have a problem watching dubs because I could do my work and I could listen. But things have changed. And
So
I
are you
cannot
just
go
like a
back.
no dub person now, or?
It's not a hard no on all dubs.
Yeah.
It's not a hard no.
Do you have a dub that you like?
But Bacano.
Yes,
But
good day,
I feel like that's a
good day.
classic, like, of course.
Fuck you, Joe.
I never said the Bacano dub was bad. There's so many motherfuckers on the Reddit who are like, wow, Joey thinks the Bacano dub is bad. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I never said
just
that.
better than the sub,
I just think
man.
the sub is also good.
All right.
All right, I'm
and
gonna
that's
head out
fair
now.
as well.
I'll let you two have your little.
Thank you. You're my favorite guest so far.
Jesus
I mean-
Christ.
Sorry, you go
They did a
ahead.
great
Your
job.
dubs.
you-
They
you-
did a
you were
great
talking
job.
about dubs and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to ever be one of those people that's like, no dubs, because
Yeah.
that really kind of just puts a damper on all the hard work.
Yeah, and
that a lot of
Joey's
people
got that
do.
on lockdown. You know? I mean, it's like you don't want to steal this thing.
Yeah, but
Joey's
see,
like,
here's-
as a professional Japanese person,
but see,
As a professional Japanese voice actor.
let me just fill out my resume.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
is
need to watch
also-
dubs.
I'm sorry
sir.
for interrupting you.
no, you're fine. It's okay. The thing is, at the end of the day, there's also the fact that just because you work hard on something doesn't mean that it's good. So which is it's harsh. It's harsh. That's what I say to myself. I only say it because that's what I say to myself every day. Just because you work hard on something doesn't mean that it's going to be good, and it doesn't mean that it's going to be
Literally
high
every dub
quality.
voice actor is just like pointing at the other one like,
No, listen.
She truly is a death god. She just
Damn.
slayed the
God,
entire fucking dubbing industry.
Look, I'm
man.
not even a voice actor. Please don't come after me, please. This is about anything, not just voice acting. It's about anything that anyone does. Listen, please.
Death Reaper was just like, if you suck, you suck, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I say it to you because I say it to me.
I think more people need to hear that.
Yeah, advice from Callie. How about you just don't suck? And
You'll
be good. You'll be good.
I
my
mean,
God.
it do be like that.
I mean, I got to ask because you do a lot of things. Do you produce your own music as well?
So I've gotten into music production, and I've made some of my own tracks in the past. But for this, I really wanted to put emphasis on quality, and I don't think that I'm, in terms of producing music, at the level of quality that I want to be to match my rap vocals.
Right.
So of course I reached out to a producer somebody whose music I've loved for a long time. His name is Kaze Kokoro Beats, and he does like Dojin music, and also he's like a DJ and just fantastic.
Dojin music.
Yeah, like Toho Dojin music.
Like the
his
porn?
group. Yeah, so listen, no, it's a little different. No, like Dojin music.
Dojin doesn't just mean porn.
Right. It's like
You're tricking me.
No, it's
Wait. So that scene, he makes music for hentai?
no. It's like
I'm so confused.
So basically, he runs a Toho Dojin music circle called Tama Onsen, and they're like they do hip hop remixes of Toho music, pretty much.
Okay, just to clarify, okay, Dojin in the traditional sense just means fan made.
Yes.
You probably need to explain what Toho is as well. Like,
It's a game.
Toho's the fuck. What is it? They the
Bullet Hell game.
Yeah, the bullet hell game.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know Toho.
I was just
I like bullet hell games, obviously. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
just
okay.
no cutscenes.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We don't need to explain what Toho
so like
is.
the term doujinshi
Yeah.
just means fan made porn.
Damn, they really like adopted that word though. They
Yeah,
kinda took over
yeah.
it. I didn't know there was
Exactly.
another. I thought it just meant porn.
Yeah. So anything that's doujin just means it's fan made. Like
Yeah.
it's not actually official
I thought it
to
was
the
just.
franchise.
I thought it was just the Japanese word for Rule 34.
I mean, that's what it is like in the Western.
I mean, like, going on
apologies.
a bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
But I found it. We'll get back. We'll get back.
No worries. No, don't worry at all. You're fine.
I'll make a mental note. But
all
like,
good.
I found it super interesting that when I first moved to Japan, when we were having a conversation with a bunch of Japanese people, and we were like trying, and they have like no word for hentai. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was super surprising for me. Where like, what do Japanese people call hentai? Because when you want to refer to like animated porn, they don't have like
How
specific
often
word
are you
for
doing
that.
this in conversation?
You were there in the conversation.
Was I?
remember?
Was
yeah.
I?
You were just like mentally checked out.
Wait, what was this? When did this happen?
It was like outside. It was like one of the Bookwalker parties. And
I think I do remember something like this.
Yeah.
And I was just like standing there like, what is
So,
happening?
Callie, do you watch hentai?
What a great question. No, I don't. I don't know what that is.
Thank God. All right. I saved your
I just saw the manager wipe a sweat off his forehead.
There's no need to be. I don't know what they're talking about.
Getting back to your music, you were talking about shit. I can't remember what you were talking about.
We were talking about my producer.
Producing your
My
own
producer.
Producing your own
Right,
music.
yeah.
That's what we were getting at.
Yeah. So basically, so I found, or I rather asked for some help from one of my favorite producers. Who I mentioned is in the Toho Dojin music circle, and I wanted to pick someone whose music that I really, really enjoyed. So we just started working together, and he's been really helpful because at the same time, I'm also trying to learn how to mix, right? And back in the day when I was doing my own independent stuff, I got decent at it, like okay. But there's always this feeling of like, this could be better. And if I do it myself, it's not going to be the level that I know that it can be, right? So we'd work on it together, and I would mix the initial file, send it over to him, and then he would fix it up and like, tell me what he did and like that kind of thing, and kind of a collaborative effort, right? So I can kind of learn a bit, see what he changed, etc., and get better, but also put out a quality product, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, you said you're producing your own music as well, and you've done animation. You mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Like, is all this self-taught, or do you
yeah.
have any background in it?
When I went to Reaper School, I did do a little focus on drawing specifically. I went and I studied comics, actually, comic writing. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And a little bit of animation as well, but that was mainly what I wanted to do. Aside from reaping, of course, but yeah, I would say that was my focus. But then, of course, things changed dramatically when I realized I wanted to do music. And that was pretty late in the game, I would say, to be honest.
yeah.
I had finished my schooling and whatnot, but when I realized what I really wanted to do, and I was like, oh shit, what have I done? What have I done? I've existed this long, and I'm now realizing that I want to do something else. And then I started doing the music thing and realized, oh, I'm better at music than I am at drawing and reaping.
Literally
What?
everyone who goes to uni.
Yeah.
Literally our entire lives.
I feel like you go to university to figure out what you 100% don't want to do.
Yeah.
Which is normally the subject that you
I mean,
major in.
it's normally the case where if you're forced to study something for 3, 4, 5 years,
Yeah.
you normally have a good inkling by the end of it whether you want to do it or not.
Right.
And a lot of the times when you're like fucking forced to pick something when you're 18, you're like, maybe I'll be good doing this.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're gonna get that choice wrong, right?
Of course,
sure.
yeah. Because I don't know a single person who like actually graduated from like a degree of any kind and actually went into that field immediately afterwards. Like I feel that's pretty rare. I mean, of course, it's not zero,
I know
right?
a fair amount.
It's not zero, definitely. But like I know a lot of people who just went into completely different job.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anything else you'd want to try in the future, perhaps, or any
Wow.
skill sets you want to do? Because you seem to be up for doing anything.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Right? See, and that's kind of a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because I want to do everything, but then I start spreading myself a bit thin, I would say.
Yeah,
There's so
I
many
get
things I
that.
want to
Yeah, I
do.
get that.
You know?
Where it's like you want to focus on one skill, and then you're like, maybe doing this would be fun. Maybe doing that would be fun.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's how it is, you know?
So like, has being a VTuber affected like your schedule, when you're off camera or anything like that?
Oh, for sure. I only sleep for about 4 hours a night, actually.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
I need at least like
Bro.
a 7 or an 8 hours. Otherwise, I just cannot function the next day.
Yeah.
I just love sleep too much.
I understand.
Yeah, and I guess because you're a VTuber, you don't have to deal with people being like, "You look tired. You look tired."
Exactly. Isn't that wonderful?
Are you eating enough? Like people just ask me questions like, "Connor, you always look tired, and you look angry, Connor." No, I just always fucking look angry. Okay, I always look like this. All right.
Joke's on you. I am angry all the time.
You're right. Got it.
Being on Trash Taste has made me super self-conscious about the tiniest things I do. Right?
Yeah,
like the other
same.
day, I had like this thread that was just me drinking like weirdly, like taking a weird sip, and I'm just like, do I take sips weirdly? Is that a thing? Am I a weird drinker?
No, because we saw earlier on the train here, right? That like, do you know what the most liked post on our subreddit is?
Real.
It's the video of Gant from like the Sydney episode drinking a Corona and then laughing to himself. And it's like, because like at least like, you know, in the case of like Gant, for instance, right? Like you almost never made like an IRL appearance in your videos, right?
No.
You've almost always
You
exclusively
could have been a
voice.
VTuber, Gone. Why'd you fucking
Yeah.
spoil it and show your face?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Maybe I will. Maybe I will one day.
Maybe I am.
Maybe he is and you don't know. Anyone around you could be a VTuber and you'd have no fucking clue.
Exactly.
Yeah, legit. Like, I'm sure there's like a number of people who like know you in real life, but probably have no idea that you're a VTuber, right?
Well, sure. You know, demons see me on the street all the time.
Yeah,
and they're
exactly.
like, if they hear a familiar voice, well, fuck them. I'm not going to know. I'm going to keep walking in the other direction.
I was having this conversation earlier with, I can't remember who, but it was like, imagine if they perfect like voice synthesizers, right?
Actually, if you've seen Adobe's one, it's scary. It's
Is
actually
it?
scarily good.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. They only need like a small sample and it can like mimic your voice like perfect. But they haven't released it because I think they're scared to.
Yeah, because I think once they perfect voice synthesizers and make that like easily like what's the word? I'm looking for?
Mass-produced?
Mass-produced and easily downloadable,
Yeah.
then it's fucking over.
The
'Cause
amount
then-
of identity theft.
Because then everyone could be a cute anime girl, right?
Yeah.
I've got to show you this clip. It's so scary. They have like one person like have say a sentence and then they're able to like make them say whatever like perfectly.
Yeah.
It's so creepy.
The future is
I mean,
here.
Well, like,
My job's gonna be gone.
You can't even really trust anything that you hear anymore after that, too.
right.
yeah,
You know?
like deep fakes, man. Like, I'm glad deep fakes are being used for like fucking memes right now, like
Dumb it.
dumb it, like singing Bakimitai or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, because I remember first seeing how realistic it is, and I'm like, this is fucking dangerous in the
My
wrong
favorite
hands,
one is
man.
the KSI Ainsley Harriott one. Have you seen that? Oh my god, I got to show you guys off screen. It's so funny.
It was at KSI doing the
Ainsley Harriott cooking.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, I have seen that. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, because there's also like that like Japanese like tech group that made that, you know, like that the virtual like model. Have you seen that one?
No.
It's like it was really big. I forgot what the name of it was. It was like Saya or like Sayu or something.
You're just like worried about your employment over here. You're
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh
basically
God,
it's
oh
this
no.
like hyper realistic 3D model of this Japanese
creepy,
girl,
fuck
and
that.
it legit like on first glance it legitimately looks like just a regular girl because they
Yeah.
also made her manage to move and like smile and emote like a real person, and it's just
Man, Japan, man. They just got the ways to bring
dude, you
bring
get
this to the
that
next
and then you
level.
put a fucking Adobe like voice synthesizer on top of that, and you basically just have like a legit virtual person.
No wonder no one's having babies in this country.
Why scary?
Why have sex when I can just program a baby?
Oh God.
Oh my
Yeah, which-
god.
That's nuts.
Yeah, which speaking about that, like, do you have any content creators outside of other virtual YouTubers or like, you know, let's say 3D content
Do
creators
you watch any
that-
3D YouTubers?
that you
Oh.
maybe one day want to collaborate in the future?
Oh gosh, I do. There's.
Go on, you've had enough simps. It's time to simp yourself.
Yeah.
Who do you
I'm
simp
so
over?
embarrassed because there's really only one, but I feel like if I say, I don't know if we'd ever do a good collab or if you'd even want to, because it's a part of his personality that I like a lot is that I don't know. I feel like it would be odd, but I've been a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Critical.
Oh yes!
Do you know Critical?
Yes.
The other day I let slip. I was playing Minecraft with Gouda and the other girls, and Gouda was leading me into battle, and I accidentally let out like a quote from him. We were trying to taunt the enemy, and girl was like, okay, well if we taunt them and we break down the bridge, then maybe that's how we get them. And I said, hey, pussy boys, and I was like, oh. fuck. Immediately after, I was like,
be
God
a clip.
damn
He's
it.
probably gonna see it so critical. Just
Yeah.
saying,
Critical.
you know, come
I mean,
on.
he's collaborated with Project Melody before,
Yeah.
so
That's
I don't
true.
think that would be
Charlie's
out of-
like clearly a weeb, right?
Yeah.
So he'll totally.
I mean,
do
he's like very clearly a weeb.
Yeah.
I remember after we talked about JoJo, he DM'd me and be like, "Yo, I'm ready to come on, boys. I'm ready to come on."
Speaking of
good.
JoJo's, do you like JoJo's? I have to ask.
I've never seen it. I'm sorry. It's on my
Well,
list.
it was nice having
It's
you.
on my list. Listen, it's on my list
You've
when
been
I
a
get
great
some
guest.
time.
Connor was
I
just
get
like, "You're
some
my
time."
favorite guest." Now he's just like,
Just
yeah,
kidding,
She was
get
the
off.
most awful guest.
Get
You're in
off.
the top 5 guests so far.
Listen, I'm going to. Though I will say, I did watch a lot of your videos with JoJo scenes and
Oh, thank
voice
you.
actors that
Thank
you found on
thank
Fiverr.
you. I'm honored. Oh my god.
Yeah, it kind of made me want to watch the show. Actually,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, do it.
I will. It's a promise. It's a promise. I'll do it. I promise. Once I get just a
I'm
minute.
glad. I'm glad.
This is just like Trash Taste is just casually like secretly it's just like a cult to get people to just watch JoJo. It's like every personality is just like, so JoJo, have you seen?
Everything goes back to JoJo.
Yeah, exactly.
We should get you to do some voice acting. We should get you to.
That would be a fun video.
Should we get
I
you to
think.
dub over some anime scenes? Would you want to do
Yeah.
that?
Well, I can give it my best shot.
All right, perfect. Damn, free content for me.
try.
Let's go.
I'll try.
That's my idea. No one take it.
No one else.
Well, no, because I've actually wanted to like collaborate with you on like the rapping side of things.
Ooh, yeah, sure.
Because like I definitely want to like get more into that. Because now that because I've been doing a lot
This
of
is
stuff.
how
like,
YouTubers simp, by the way. This
Yeah,
is-
yeah. We
Oh,
seem
cool,
like
really?
collaborating together.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm down anytime. But
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately, I have to say I'm no good at freestyling.
I mean, no, I can't freestyle to save my life.
Cool.
Well, I am pretty good at it.
Oh yeah?
No, because legit, like when I saw your tweet about how your debut song hit like 3 million views, I think it was, or 4 million views,
Yeah.
some ridiculous
Yeah.
amount of views, and I was just like, I'm gonna try. Let me try and get her attention. So I just replied being like, hey, we should spit on the cypher together. Never thought I would get a reply, and then you were like, hey, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, collab.
Oh my gosh.
It's like immediately when you see two YouTubers like talk
Yeah.
on Twitter, they think like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a collab 2 days later, right? Like that's how it works.
I guess so, huh? Wow.
It's just so funny where we could have like the most minimal interaction.
Yeah.
Like you could not even talk to them. You could see like some just see you like their tweet or something like that.
Yeah,
And people
yeah,
would be
yeah.
like, yo, they're totally boning behind.
Behind the
Definitely gonna collab.
scenes.
This is a sign.
I feel a collab coming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like, wow, like can I just not casually interact with someone on the online without having it be related to business all of a sudden?
Have you had any awkward moments where you've maybe like liked a tweet or followed someone and then the viewers have been like, oh my God, why?
Oh, for sure. I mean,
really?
yeah, I see people's messages, or rather their conversations all the time, where they're talking about the order in which I followed people. I think actually there was some discussion over the order in which I followed the other HololiveEN girls. They took note of that.
Well, they
and
thought there was like drama
drew
because of
assumptions.
that?
Not really drama, but just people assuming things. I suppose drawing their own conclusions, right?
What? Like
Yeah.
creating favoritism, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that kind of thing.
Could you imagine if that happened to like just us? Like being like, wow, Joey followed Connor before Gant. That must mean that Connor and Joey are like this, and there's something between Joey and
The
Gant.
amount of conclusions that I jump to when it comes to our
That's
relationships with
crazy.
other people is like crazy sometimes. Over like the smallest details.
It's the whole mentality of like, I know your life better than you know your life, right? It's like,
Yeah.
all right, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
You can say all you want.
I mean, it's
but-
people fucking
mean-
diagnosing us with a new mental health disorder every episode as well.
I feel like people are grasping at straws because it's all that they have, right? They don't
That's
actually
true, that's
know
true.
any one of us, right?
tell
So they
them,
take what they have, and then they write these stories because it's all that they have to go off of, like detectives. But as we all know, it doesn't really.
I'm sorry, I
not
sipped
real.
my water really weird, chat. Oh, not chat.
Yeah,
fucking
sorry
chat.
about that.
I wanted to Twitch mode that. I'm
Pog in the chat.
Yeah.
Can I get a feels bad, man?
So I presume you have lots of like, you know, maybe is there fan fictions about you already? I assume so, right?
Oh, for sure. But I actually am
you-
not really one for reading fan fiction, so I
good.
actually
Good.
don't
I like
check
that.
those out.
I don't do that either.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Why not?
We've already discussed this, Joe. It's boring as fuck. And I don't care for it. All right. That's
not-
all I need to say.
No, because it's reading.
Yes.
Story.
because he doesn't like turning book words into brain words.
Yeah, true.
All right, whatever.
I'm also not
What
much of
was
a
the thing
reader.
that-
I'm a monkey.
What was the thing that
okay.
Nakey Jakey recently said again? Goopy goblin gamer brain.
Okay.
That's what you are.
I have that, okay?
Yeah, because I'm wondering, like, do viewers also like assume like your relationship with other Hololive members or anything like that?
Oh, for sure, yeah. People, yeah, it happens a lot.
Is most of it false, or
I mean,
do you like kind of play to that as well?
I mean, it depends. I feel like a lot of people see my relationships with some of the other members, and yeah, they draw their own conclusions, and I'm friends with all of them. I want to make that very clear. But there's also a certain point that I want to leave up to you, right?
Right.
To your imagination.
Right.
Have fun. That's the most important part of all of this, right? In this business, have fun.
All the fanfic writers are right.
Yeah.
All right.
Do what you
Free
please.
real estate.
Do what you please. Okay, listen. But
Did you just ask people to write fanfic?
What? No, I didn't know. No, Trash Taste fanfics? No.
I won't read it.
Do you get to hang out with any other of the members like off stream as well?
yeah,
anything like that?
Kiara. Yeah, we hang out sometimes for sure. Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
because
help
you guys
her
are
out
kind of
with
like
a lot
all
stuff.
over the place, right?
Yeah, definitely. But occasionally, let's just say, Kiara lives in a place that is accessible to me from the underworld, so it's easy to hang, right? We
Right.
went to dinner the other day, and it was fun. Yeah.
Do you guys like ever talk about like the VTuber side of things together, or is it just like completely just no VTuber talk allowed?
Well, we talk a bit about business, and I mean, I feel like there's always something going on, right, in the VTuber scenes. There's always plenty to talk about on that end, but of course, we also just talk about what's going on for both of us as well.
I just had like a funny mental image of like two virtual YouTubers in the corner at Denny's, just fucking
yeah,
the avatar.
just shooting the shit.
I don't know
yeah,
why.
exactly.
Let's discuss the super chat
Let us
numbers.
discuss business.
right. Yeah.
Just, like, giggling to myself.
So you're a 2D anime girl? I'm a 2D anime girl too.
Hey, we should
No
collab.
Oh God. Is there anyone on the Japanese side of things that you would like to meet in the future?
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's just there's the thing about me that I've said before is that I am bad at approaching, right? I'm bad at making the first move because I never want to impose, you see. I'm very much in my own lane and kind of doing my own stuff, right? And I don't want to get in anybody's way. I'm always concerned about, does this person really actually like me? And if they don't and I contact them, well then I have to deal with that whole weird situation and then realizing they don't like me. And it's just better that I don't know, I'd just rather not know that you fucking hate me,
Spoken
man.
like a true YouTuber.
Dio's like, oh, you're approaching me? And Kylie's like, no, I'm
nah,
not approaching
I'm
you.
No, do you want me
the
to?
other way.
Listen. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, which Hololive Japan members have you met any of them?
No, I haven't. They're all rather mysterious to me still.
Right.
Yeah, maybe someday in the future. It just depends on the collaboration situation. And I know enough Japanese to be able to communicate.
Yeah.
But there will definitely be bumps, and they may be hilarious, and they may be sad. I'm just not sure yet. I'm still testing the waters, right?
Because
Yeah.
because from what I've seen from like different clips and VODs from the Japanese Hololive members is that almost all of them are like really interested in the EN side of things.
Yeah, I was wondering how much like cultural cross pollination there is. Like, what?
Fucking hell, God, that was a word.
That was a power word right there.
Cultural
cross-pollination.
I literally just that's probably not even a word, right?
He just got a dictionary under the table.
He just coined a new term right there.
Is that a term? I don't know.
It is now.
Cultural cross pollination. But yeah,
I love that.
Because like, do you have like a lot of Japanese fans? Like, what I want to know is, do like English What's so funny about it?
That was the most business set of words I'd ever heard in my life. Go ahead. Sorry.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So do you get like a lot of Japanese fans where English clips are like translated to Japanese and everything like that?
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll finish streaming and 3 hours later I'll see a clip pop up of the stream that I just did with Japanese subtitles over it, and I'm like, oh,
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
That is
Cool.
so fucking
They
dedicated.
are the speedy
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, but hey, I'm very thankful.
Then
Yeah,
that cross pollination.
Yeah, cross.
That's some strong cultural cross-pollination right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Because I feel like the real unsung heroes of the VTuber worlds are like the translators.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
'Cause I don't know how many hours they put into translating, but I remember Like, if it wasn't for like the translators, I don't think HololiveEN would be able to grow as much as it has.
And all of them like do it for free.
Yeah,
as
Yeah.
well. Like they're not hired to do this shit. They're just like, I just simp this person so hard that I want the rest of like my my language speaking community to know about them, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, I used to be the same way in like the music community, like the Japanese music community. I would translate songs just because I wanted the other people in my fringe community to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's like when you like that one super obscure Japanese game that never got a release in the West. It's like someone translates the whole thing and it's like a visual novel. And you're like, why?
All the fan translated visual novels. I'm like there is like 900 pages of dialogue that you just translated for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you love it so much, you want
It's crazy,
to share
yeah,
it with
it's-
others, right? You want them to feel that same happiness. I think that's really cool.
Shout out to the translators. You guys are the real G's.
Thank you for the cultural cross-pollination.
Yeah, that word, whatever it is. Yeah.
We're never gonna get over that.
So, like, what made you want to move to Japan in the first place?
Well,
Was it your love for anime or games or music?
Well, as I've mentioned before, the only reason that I'm here with you guys right now is because I actually live in the underworld, right?
Right.
The other side of
Australia.
Japan.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm also from the underworld.
You mean the down under?
The down under. That's right.
The down underworld.
I'm sorry, that was a
Exactly.
terrible fucking thing.
No, it's
Now we have to get an Australian VTuber.
Okay, so
Continue.
Yeah, it's okay. I live on the flip side. Basically, I live on the flip side. So basically, the main reason that I wanted to be in this general area, I guess, was just because I love Japanese music and I have a bunch of, I guess, nakama, I suppose, that I want to be close to, right?
We are nakama.
We are
Yeah.
Nakama.
Yeah. and hang out with and make music together, and just do fun stuff. And I couldn't do that where I was before.
Right.
And now that I'm able to, everything is so much better, and I instantly feel so much better about existence, and it's great. And I hope that I can continue chasing my dreams here. Because when I first arrived, it's like everything that could go wrong went wrong, and I was in a terrible place when I first came.
Did you get like the culture shock of moving here and everything like that?
Yeah, definitely, and not knowing any Japanese at all, etc., and having to figure out everything on my own, having no souls, no money. Nothing.
Yeah.
And you didn't have any friends here or anything either.
I did from the internet, but I was not located in a place where I could hang out with them, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just not great.
And we had a hard enough time moving here when we one know each other and two have an agency helping us. So I can't imagine how it was for you.
Yeah, it was something else. But you know, I look at it this way. Every single day, I get a little bit closer to being at the exact place that I want to be, that I thought of like 3 years ago when I set out to do all this.
That's awesome.
And that's progress, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, because nothing sucks more than, working towards something and then 3 years passes and you're like, oh, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've heard your Japanese in your streams,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's definitely fine. Like you definitely
enough.
sound like. Well, no, I mean, like,
Definitely
it's
super.
perfectly
No, it's
adequate.
okay. Super gaijin.
I'm not saying you're like,
Super
like
gaijin.
super fluent or anything,
No,
but like, it
no,
is
no, but-
definitely more than sufficient enough to like get by here, right? Like,
Yeah,
better than
to
me.
get by,
yeah,
right?
it's much better
I
than
can
these
get
two.
by.
Let's just say that. Yeah.
Well, thank you. That
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
good to know.
You don't suck like
Thanks.
us, Callie.
Yeah.
As you said earlier.
Your Japanese good, Callie. Your Japanese
Thank you.
good.
Just
don't
really,
suck.
really.
Just don't suck.
Yeah,
guys.
just
don't
don't
suck,
suck. Just
right?
get good. Just get good.
Despite my really, really like henna ikata, like I really can't say things in a way that is natural.
I feel
just
that
yet.
that like adds like a completely like different type of charm to it though.
Well, that's what Kaze and Kiara were saying when I was saying things strangely when we did our collab. Is they were
Yeah.
laughing so much, and I said, "I'm saying things weird," and they said, "No, it's cute, like it's funny." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really? You don't think it sounds like fucked up and like it makes you like me less?" They're like, "No."
No, there's like
Alright.
a weird innocence to it.
Yeah, I think everyone likes like the other accent,
Yeah.
right, where they struggle. It's really endearing because
Yeah.
they're trying so hard.
It's
to
like
communicate.
witnessing like a Japanese person try and speak to you in English, but
Yeah,
you
exactly.
like you hear it and it's clearly broken. But
Yeah.
there's like a weird charm to it, right? Because it's like
we have an entire fucking genre of clips where it's just VTubers trying to speak English.
yeah,
words,
right.
That's true. That's a really
And like
good
those
point.
usually do like the best because it's
Yeah.
just so endearing that you look at it and you're like, oh man, they're trying so hard. It's so fucking cute.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
when that dog said, I love you, I felt that.
Yeah.
The dog. I felt that.
The dog.
I mean, right, like that. The whole reason why, like, Korone's English only streams do so fucking well is because it's literally that for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
And it's
that's
just clips
true.
galore, right? So I think like in the opposite way, like I think you're able to achieve that as well when you speak Japanese. Like I'm sure Japanese people are like, oh man, like she's clearly trying.
Yeah.
But like the fact that it's not exactly perfect is like what makes it endearing. Right.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually,
Yeah.
now that you say
Because
it.
I certainly don't get that when I speak Japanese, right?
Oh, yeah.
They don't
Everyone
hear
just
me and they're like,
expects-
oh man, he's trying his best. It's more like, holy shit. Why?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you when you're in Japan, do people assume you're Japanese or
No.
do
Like, it's weird,
This
right?
man looks Japanese. What the fuck? This man looks white. What do you
I look white as fuck.
I was gonna say he looks white, man. Are you kidding me?
No, it's really weird, right? Because like whenever I'm walking with like say Aki, she's usually the one that gets approached in Japanese.
Yeah.
Because she looks more Asian than I do. And then when the opposite effect happens where she can't speak a word of Japanese and yet I can, is where like the whole like what happens, right? Because
Right.
like, I remember like when I used to intern at like a tech agency here, like during uni,
Right.
I used to be the guy who had to like invite guests in for like during business meetings for that company. So
Okay.
I was the one on the phone organizing like the time and dates and being like, okay, I'll come down and get you from the bottom floor, so bring you into the office.
Yeah.
And every time I did that, I'm sure they were expecting a super Japanese dude to come down from the elevator, but the moment the elevator opens and they just see this white dude come out, they're like, you're the guy we just talked to on the phone, right? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, okay. This is weird. And it happened every fucking time.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I never get used to it. Especially, dude, every time someone at the fucking konbini gives me a
That's so
Nihongo
funny.
Josu.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Do you get Nihongo Josu'd a lot?
All the time. But what's interesting about that is that when they say it to you, that's how you know it's not Josie.
Yeah.
You know? That's how
Have you
you
ever
know it's
explained what
not.
Nihongo Jozu is on the podcast?
I don't think so. Nihongo Josu just means you're very good at Japanese.
Yeah.
Right, basically.
Which is basically like what they say to every foreigner who attempts to speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Like if you're actually
Yeah.
fluent in Japanese, they won't go Nihongo Jozu.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's only when it's like your Japanese is like broken when you get the Nihongo Josu.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it just feels like condescending. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, Nihongo Jozu.
I
But
bet
see-
you get it every time as
Yeah,
well.
it's like all I said was arigato. I'm not fucking.
Yeah, and they're like,
Like,
whoa,
there's nothing Josu about it.
amazing.
Everyone can say it.
Got
Yeah,
Nihongo Jozu from saying arigato.
yeah, yep. Just the one word, and they're like, whoa.
That's like if a Japanese person came up to me and said thank you. You don't go, oh, ego Josu.
Wow, your English is
Say
great.
that, right? It's so
Nice
condescending.
English.
Do you ever,
Yeah.
do you ever ordering in Japanese at a restaurant and then like as you're talking in Japanese like to them they'll be like, oh, here's the English menu, and I'm like, but,
Yeah.
but I was just talking in your language.
And then you keep talking to them in Japanese,
Yeah,
and then they keep talking to you in English.
Ego?
menu?
Ego?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But the way that I try to think about it, somebody said it really well before to me when I was kind of like, oh, I wish that they would stop. What someone said to me was, well, it's not about you, it's about them. You know,
Right.
they want to be polite, I guess, and it's
Right,
just
right,
their
right.
sense of like, like
Very kind.
being kind and polite to you, right? It's more about them and not about you. So try and think of it that way, kind of thing. But
I just complain about everything, so
fair enough,
I could have
for
a
sure,
successful
for sure.
heart operation. I'd be like, bloody hell, that took a fucking long time, didn't it? Jesus Christ.
The worst though.
I'm sorry.
The worst though than like a Nihongo Josu is like when I get this all the fucking time because like they always ask Nihongo daijoubu?
Oh,
Like,
right.
can
Is
you
it
speak
okay?
Japanese, right?
Like-
and of course I say like, yeah, Nihongo daijoubu.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. English menu is here.
In all
Like, why the
Hakana
fuck
English.
did you ask me that question?
It's never gonna matter.
I had the NHA guy, which is basically like the TV license
The
guy.
television man. The
NHK
television man.
guy.
Yes.
Basically, if you have a television, you should be paying a
he's
television
the other
license.
Death Reaper.
Yes, the other one. I'm acquainted with him. Yeah.
Came to my door and he was like, he looked at me, he just stared at me in like awe when I opened the door. And he was like, Nihongo, wakarimasu. What is it? Wakarimasu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nihongo wakarimasu?
Yeah, and I was like,
Masuka?
I saw the NHK thing in his hand and I'm like, wakaranai. Wakaranai.
Ain't that
And
just
then he
the
was like, terebi, no. No. No.
You tell me you didn't have one. I see.
To to explain, the NHK guy is like NHK is like it's not cable. It's like the TV.
The
guy.
national,
it's like the BBC. It's the BBC in the UK.
It's national broadcast.
Yeah,
company
yeah.
in
Right.
And
Japan.
basically, the NHK guy comes and like you usually, if you own a TV in your house, you have to pay like a fee. To
yeah, like a license.
It's
Like
the
you
law.
can use
It's
the
the
TV.
law.
if you
actually.
use the TV.
if you have like a kind of like a TV connection, right?
Yeah, if you
I
have a
don't.
TV connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people just own a TV because, you know, they use it for things like streaming or
Yeah.
like for games, like not to actually watch Japanese TV.
Yeah.
But the NHK guy doesn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't
Like,
care.
He's like, if you own a TV, you have to pay the fee.
Yes, it's actually the law apparently.
Yeah, it is the law apparently, but
Yeah.
like a lot of it's also just like a waste of money to just be like, I'm not going to pay a
don't-
fee for something I don't use.
I actually
like,
can't get the TV because you need a card.
yeah.
I don't have the card.
Right, it's like
So-
the NHK card.
Yeah, I don't have it,
Yeah,
so I can't.
And yet they're just so persistent to
Yeah.
like get you to pay that fee for something that you don't even use.
Yeah.
It's like no, you have to understand. I don't use the TV to watch fucking NHK. All
Yeah.
right, like
Right.
I'm a millennial. I use it for other things like gaming
You stream.
and streaming.
You can't run away because even if you don't speak Japanese, they will pull out Google Translate.
Oh,
so
God.
Oh, of
have
course.
fun.
Worst.
I felt like I had to be careful mentioning them because I was doing a playthrough of a game and there was this character that reminded me of the NHK man, and I just had to keep. I had to keep. It's the Mad Father. No, Doom. Yeah, the NHK man special appearance in Doom. Nah, it was a game called Mad Father, and there's this guy that shows up
yeah,
on
I
the
fucking
door.
love that game.
Wait,
Yeah,
did you
it's
play
this
Mad
bald
Father
dude.
on stream?
Yeah, I did. It's a 3-part series. Yeah, it was.
That's right. Yeah, I
wide.
remember
Yeah.
you were saying in your debut stream that you love RPG Maker games, right?
Yes, just the most old, just ratchet,
Yeah.
like old ass
I
pixel
played
art.
so many of those when I was doing Let's
What is
Plays.
it? Like Mad Father, dude? I remember watching all of that, like PewDiePie. No, someone played all of it, and
Everyone was
What
playing
is
it.
this game? Just to explain to me.
Mad Father, well, you know RPG Maker games.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Mad Father is this one. It's created by. Is it created by a Japanese guy?
Yeah, I think Sen is. the name.
Yeah. He's the guy who also did. Oh my god, what was the other
Misao.
game? Misao. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, Mad Father is all about this girl who has a crazy dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell.
That is mad.
Yeah, and basically, like she's like lives in this. It's been so long since I played the game, but like,
I cannot remember what happened.
yeah, Callie, can you explain it? Because you probably played it the most. recently.
Yeah, sure. So there's this girl, and she lives in a mansion with her mad dad, and he does weird stuff in the basement, and you know that from the beginning. But basically,
Where is this going?
it's a ride. So basically, her mother has died, and the game starts off by you get these flashbacks, and you see her life, and you realize that she's kind of like alone in this mansion with her fucked up dad and his mistress, and they're doing weird stuff in the basement that isn't just what you think is going on. There's other stuff
Okay.
happening too.
It gets
Fucked
pretty
up
fun.
stuff. Yeah. And so she hears like screams from the basement, and turns out there's a curse on the house that's based on like some bullshit with like her mother is angry or something like that. Maybe that's a spoiler. Maybe we should cut that.
It's too late. We've
I
said
mean,
it.
the game's like how
50
old at
years
this
old.
point?
It is a really
It's
old
really
game. It's a really old game. So basically, yeah, there's a curse in the house, and all these like bodies start coming to life, like reanimated corpses and whatever. And it's basically like your classic RPG Maker horror game. It's got like jump scares and puzzles and
yeah.
story, and it's super fun and super crazy. But there are also some scuff parts that I just love about it. It's just classic old RPG Maker game. For example, when your mad dad is like chasing you with his chainsaw, whenever he comes after you, and it's the jump scare when he gets you, right? The image just zooms in so far, and the pixels, that's the scary part about it, right? How many pixels make up dad? It's not a high number. That's the funniest part
That's
of
what
it.
I
the
love about
scariest
RPG like horror games though, is that like every single one, like no matter how scary the jump scares might be, there's just something really campy about it that you just
Yeah.
can't help but laugh at.
Yeah, it's
Well, you're
freaking
being
charming.
scared by like pixels.
Yeah, right?
I'm not-
Yeah.
What was that one RPG Maker game? I think it was like To the Moon or something.
Oh, To the
Yeah,
Moon. That's
To
a
the
really
Moon.
sweet one, actually.
I really fucking loved that one.
Yeah.
I was crying like a baby watching fucking PewDiePie play it when I was like 50.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, it's so sad.
Yeah.
I watched the story, Joe.
Wow. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that is like 100% story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
think I enjoy game stories.
It's fun when he's watching someone else play it.
I
Right.
genuinely think I like game stories when I watch someone else play it.
Yeah. Right.
But when
Makes sense.
it's me playing it, I'm like,
You want that gameplay, man. Just
Yeah.
that straight gameplay.
rip and tear, man. You know
Yeah,
how
rip
it
and
is.
tear until it is done.
There's also there was a sequel to that as well.
Yeah,
that
there
he
was,
made.
yeah.
I
need to
played it.
play
It's
that
later,
great.
right?
Yeah, much later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually liked it more than the first, believe it or
Really?
not.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked there's like a twist that's really good, and the plot is just it hits some like relatable spots. So I
As we
recommend
say on the
checking
show,
it out.
it hits different. It do be hitting different.
It do be hitting different though.
There you go. We got that clip
that's
now.
what,
There we go.
what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, To the Moon. Like I remember I played that on my channel when I was doing Let's Plays, and like it's the music, man. The music just fucking kills, man. It's so good, and it's
Beautiful.
all done by one dude.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think
Really
about. Like,
What do you
all
mean,
the-
like the entire game
the
or
enti-
just
like
the music
the
as
guy,
well?
this guy who did the story, the art, the everything was just all done by one dude. Like he had help with
Right.
like the music, like composition.
Yeah.
But he wrote it all and just got someone else to like do the composition for it. But
Oh,
he
okay.
did the story,
bad.
he did all the like the programming and everything. It's just
I love
It's
that
talent,
kind of
man.
stuff. Just like one dude just making a whole freaking game.
right.
Just, like,
I mean, like
mad
Corpse
respect.
Party as well was made by like 3 people.
Yeah.
I wish I was that talented.
I
man.
know.
It takes a lot of passion
Why
and
am I so
dedication.
lazy? God.
Or like Toho was made by one dude. Like it's
Yep.
just I don't know talent.
And all I know and all I know what to do is how to talk about anime titties.
Yep.
That's just my job.
That can be a talent. I sure can't
it's
do
not
that.
a talent.
And I
I
can't,
can't
assure
though,
you.
so
and
it
I
is.
can't even do that on my own. I have an editor.
That's a good point.
What's
Because of your janky PC setup.
Yeah, my jank ass PC. I can't even put a PC together on my own.
Your PC was like literally that meme of like unlock your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, unlock your graphics card.
But what if we use more than 10% of our brain?
So, like, what would you say then is your favorite RPG Maker game?
Gosh, there are so many. Let me name off some ones that I really like. I really like Wadanohara. Have you guys played Wadanohara before?
Oh,
No.
is that the guy Mogeko, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he made some other really fucked up game called like
Mogeko
Mogeko Castle.
Castle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that gave me some freaking nightmares, I tell
Yeah.
you what. I really like the Crooked Man series. Did you guys ever play those?
I played
No,
that.
I haven't.
Yeah, they're
I,
really good.
I think I've played almost every RPG horror game.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I used to do, like,
Nice.
Just a worldwide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, because I used to play them like exclusively on my channel because
Ah.
I got really massive off the Corpse
Oh, yeah,
Party.
Corpse Party.
series,
Right.
So naturally, I had to go into the
Yeah.
RPG Maker
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, the first one that I ever played was Ebe. I feel like that's like
I
a
know
first
that
for a
one.
lot of people.
Yeah,
I
dude.
know that.
Yeah, it's a first for a lot of people.
Well, let's play
It's
of
old
that
as
too.
shit,
I know
man.
some of these because Sydney loves these kind of like RPG horror games as well,
Yeah.
so that's why I know some of these.
Ebe is probably like the most famous one.
Yeah,
Right,
and it's
right.
old. It's old as fuck.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
super old. And then I feel like a lot of people also know Witch's House
Yeah.
as well. It's like a classic like jump scare one. I need to play that on stream. I feel like everyone would really enjoy.
Pocket Mirror is also a really good one.
Oh yeah,
as
that's a
well.
good one too. Yeah, I recently played that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not
Like,
like
I should get out the room. Leave you two.
Listen, hey, all you have to do there's someone who translates a lot of RPG Maker games, and I recommend, of course, obviously you buy the games, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
but for those that it is impossible to do, the translated patches are available and they're very easy to access in one spot.
And they're
You should
really
go look
good
for them.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good translations.
Really well done,
Again,
yeah.
like just someone is just talented and has the time to just be like, oh yeah, 5-hour game where it's like exclusively talking. Yeah, I'm finna translate that.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Shout out to the translators again, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
for sure.
I got so into RPG Maker games though that it got to a point where after I played all of them, I went onto the RPG Maker forums and just started downloading people's like projects that they were working on and playing them.
Oh wow.
And that was something, let me tell you
Were
what.
any of them like memorable?
I mean, by how not great they were. I mean, well, listen, I don't know. That makes me sound like such a
You
dick.
should
Hold
have
on a
replied to
second.
them being like, "Why try when you're not good?"
Oh, gee.
just get good.
I mean,
Just get good. Just,
I mean, I
just
got-
don't be shit.
I got a
guys,
laugh
it's
out of
simple.
some of them, and getting a laugh. Hey, listen, man. That serotonin release for one laugh. Okay, good, fine. Be proud of yourself for that. I
Hours
felt
of
good
work
today
so I
because
could
of you.
chuckle once.
I'd like to laugh at you. Hey, listen. Listen, man. No, I had some fun times. I remember some real janky ones. I don't know if this was someone's project, but there's this super like obscure ass one called what is it, like Desert Nightmare or something. And I
That
think
sounds like an indie game.
I think I got it off the forum, and it's like you're this chick, and you get out the car. Your car is broken down, and you're in a desert, and it's a horror story. And I remember it was so freaking jank, but I played it all the way till the end. 3 hours, someone's just project on the RPG Maker game forums. And I got invested. It was shitty, but I got invested, man. Yeah, I remember that. It was
sounds like
good.
Connor's nightmare.
Is this a compliment or not?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
unsure.
whoever.
Kind of compliment.
Listen, dude, whoever made that game, Good on you. I know you're out there somewhere. You might see this, you might not, but fuck yeah, man.
There might be a Callie simp. You never know.
Oh jeez. Don't take it as an insult. I genuinely had a lot of fun with that game.
It's like the next red super chat you get is like, "Hi, I'm the developer for this."
Oh shit. Listen, man, hold on, wait. Maybe I'm joking.
I cannot imagine going on a forum looking for shitty games.
Hey, I was desperate, man. You get desperate sometimes after you go through all that stuff, and you're like, I want more. I need my fix. Right?
Just imagine like a cut, like you doing that, and then me just doing Super Hexagon for like the millionth time, trying to beat the hardest level. You ever seen Super Hexagon?
Yeah, of course.
I fucking love that game.
What is that?
It's like a visual crack game. It's hard.
Yeah, it's like Epilepsy, the game.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
Is it like a puzzle game?
It's on screen right now.
Yeah.
It's very fucking difficult, but I love it.
That's the rhythm. It's like not the rhythm game, but like it's like a. How do you explain a games like that?
Fucking seizure games.
Survival
I don't
game?
know. Survival
sounds
seizure. Have you played that game where you jump the block?
Yeah. Was it Geometry Dash?
Yeah.
Geometry Dash? Is
Geometry
that the one?
Dash. It's kind of like
Okay,
in
I
the
haven't played that
same same kind of genre, I'd say, where it's like repeat the level over and over hundreds of thousands of times.
Yeah.
until you
I
do
get it.
Yeah.
I remember
those.
the only one game I remember. It was called like the Impossible game or something. I don't remember where you had
Yeah.
to like jump this. Like
That's
block.
it. Like
Is that
that,
it? Is
yeah.
it called Geometry Dash?
Well, I think they rebranded it.
I think they
I'm not
rebranded
sure.
it, yeah.
Someone in the chat is probably screaming right now as a Geometry Dash.
I just remember the music was so good, and I wanted to complete it just so I can hear the track all the way to the end.
How'd that go?
Yeah, same. I
It's,
remember.
I completed one stage, the easiest stage.
We're gonna get a blue super chat being like, "Hi, I'm the developer for Geometry." You got it all wrong. Fuck you.
What's like the weirdest super chat you've ever gotten? Or is there any that stand out in your mind?
There are some pretty fun ones. For example, there's a reoccurring character in my stream called. Am I allowed to? We actually never got that checked, huh? If Ghost Rider, right? Ghost Rider outside my house. There's a freaking skeleton on a motorcycle that just every day when I'm streaming, 5 times a stream, just outside of my window, just. And it gets on my last damn nerve. Well, everyone's called him Ghost Rider, right? And
Okay.
he appears sometimes in the super chat to say sorry for being loud outside or whatever, that kind of shit. And I'm like, thanks for your super chat, man, but that doesn't change the fact I'm fucking pissed at you right now, man. Like,
Maybe they're trying to use echolocation to determine your pinpoint address.
Oh, yeah.
Based off the sound reverb.
Yeah, exactly.
How far away? It's
Judging
like, okay.
from that frequency, I know that it's this type of engine.
That's some Reddit shit, man. They'll find that out, dude.
oh, for sure. No, I believe it.
Yeah, it's like that news, of like how like someone found that Japanese idol because of like
Reflection in her eye.
Reflection in your eye.
I read about that. That's nuts,
fucking scary.
man.
I mean, you don't have to worry about it because
Oh god, why
you
are we
don't
not
have
wearing
to-
sunglasses right now?
Yeah. Yeah, Garth's just like, I'm not gonna look
Put
at
down,
you.
blur our eyes. Blur them.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Oh my
you gotta
God.
be careful. Be careful.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
But
pretty nuts.
I guess like for those of for people of trash taste who don't know anything about you, like, do you want to like shout out your stuff?
Yeah, sure. Come check out my my streams anytime. So basically, I stream. Well, it really depends on the week and what's going on. I'm busy right now, but by the time that this comes out, things should be back to normal. So I usually stream maybe 5 or 6 times a week. It depends on what's going on with me, but I try to take 2-day breaks, and then sometimes I stream twice a day. My time zones are a little weird, right? But I try to stream at, I guess it's morning time in America, and either afternoon or evening in Japan. And then on the weekends, it'll be afternoons, mornings in Japan, and evenings, afternoon-ish in America. So come check them out. And I also do music. I have a playlist in my YouTube. Just look up Mori Calliope or Calliope Mori, or you can even just look up Mori channel or Mori Hololive, and you should find me immediately. And come hang out. Subscribe if you like my stuff. If you don't, that's cool. You don't got to do that either. I mean, you don't have to. I
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Self-confidence radiating.
If you don't want to, you don't have to. My stuff isn't
You're
for
a death
everyone.
god. Let them know they'll die if they don't.
Oh, okay. Just do it then, please. Please.
But yeah, we'll leave.
Assert chat energy, assert dominance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you
we'll
should
leave
check it
we'll
out.
leave the links down in the description
Yeah,
as
of
always.
Thank you. Yeah. If you like an interesting rap, I guess pop rap, Japanese rap inspired English rap. I
If
don't
you
know.
want to
check
see
it
an
out.
anime girl spit bars,
Sure.
Fucking
Yeah.
check out our
That's
channel.
the place
Check
to
out
go.
her
The
tracks.
fire,
They're
yes.
fucking fire, man.
yeah,
Thank you.
legit good.
Hope you I hope you'll
haven't
enjoy
listened to
them.
them yet. I will.
Actually, they're available on some music stores now, I believe.
Oh, awesome.
Definitely
Oh, they are.
Apple Music worldwide. For
Okay.
sure.
Oh, okay.
Come check it out.
Awesome. Yeah.
Spotify, maybe. I don't know. By the time this comes out, who could say? Maybe go check just in case. I don't know.
We'll see. But
So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today.
this has
Cool.
been the most interesting episode of Trash Taste.
This has been a venture for all of us, I would say. Did you?
so honored.
Yeah, thank you very much for joining us today and being our very first 2D guest.
I feel
Thank you
bad
for
that I
having
haven't
me.
watched any of your stuff before this, but
Oh,
I
it's
certainly
okay.
will fix that. You've been a
You've
great
learned a
guest.
lot
Yeah.
though, at least.
Yeah,
today.
you're
Have
very,
you learned
very
anything?
charming personality.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Come watch me really suck at Doom if you want. But listen, here's
I'll
the
do
thing.
it.
We're just gonna see
Listen,
Red Super Chat being like, you suck.
you suck.
C-Dog
Oh,
VA.
thank you. I appreciate it. Yay, C-Dog,
VA
thanks.
sends his regards.
You're terrible at this game. Thanks, I know.
But hey, also let's give a shout out to our lovely patrons who are on the screen right
at
now.
those.
Yes.
Who's your favorite patron, Callie?
Oh gosh, let me go ahead and look. There's no one there.
But if you'd like to support the show, as always, go to our Patreon. Also follow us on Twitter and subreddit. Send all the. I'm sure this will be fucking spammed with fucking Callie
Yeah.
memes.
Oh yeah,
Guaranteed.
Like,
definitely.
I'm secretly happy that now, like, the HololiveEN memes and our subreddit will now finally merge together.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can shove all these VTuber memes in front of Connor's face and be like, ha!
The simp invasion will begin very
my
shortly.
gosh.
Time for me to start modding the subreddit.
Yeah, put your back
Bring
into
down the
it.
ban hammer. I'm kidding.
But yeah, guys.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you
that-
so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
episode
thanks
of
for
Trash
having
Taste.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd love to
Yeah,
have you
it's
back
super
if
fun.
you're
Yeah.
down.
Really? Would that be cool? Can I
Yeah,
come
of
back
course.
sometime someday?
Yeah, of course,
Yeah, I'd love to have
Yay.
you on.
We've said it now, so it has to happen.
All the simps are like, we're waiting.
Yay! All
Yes.
right, I anticipate it. Thanks.
we gotta do a premiere so we can have super chat.
Oh my god!
Why
I can
did we
show you
know
the
that?
rainbow.
Well, we can still do it.
Oh my god,
we
we're
can,
Rainbow.
we can premiere the video and there'll be a super chat.
Oh
go.
yeah,
Let's
you
do
guys
it.
can get a rainbow.
This
Awesome.
man, Gigabrain right here.
All right, thank you
Yay.
so much again. Finally, we're gonna go. All right,
We
everyone.
finally get that SIP money. Thank you very much for watching Trash Taste today. We will see you next time.
Bye.
See you around. Bye.